Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gehenna Gaming. Tonight, we have a very special April Fool's Day episode of our, well, it's the premiere, really, of MORK BORG, Rites from the Holy Mountain. But tonight, we are ducks, adventuring into a doom-laden DUKK BORG. Our GM for this evening is the ever-wonderful Robert G. Reeve, who is positioned to my, I think on the overlay you are to my left. So before I hand it over to Rob, I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who's tuning in, and a thank you to our sponsors, Die Hard Dice, 1985 Games, and Session Zero Clothing. I will drop chat links for those while Rob is talking in the chat, but without any further ado, Robert, take it away.
I'm Rob. I am Robert G. Reeve on Twitter, on Twitch, basically anywhere on the internet. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I am absolutely psyched about this game. I have been wanting to play MORK BORG for a little while here, and I saw Dan and Ian talking about wanting to play it, and they're both forever DMs. And as a forever DM myself, I always have to enable other forever DMs. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm going to pass it to my pal Selena. Selena is the one who came up with the name for our campaign, Rites from Holy Mountain. So say hey, Selena.
Hi, thanks for having me. My name's Selena. I'm Uvidic on Twitter. Yeah, this is my first live stream, and I'm really excited. So yeah, thanks for having me.
What a stream to come in on.
Yeah. Not just MORK BORG, but DUKK BORG.
It's really appropriate for me, having grown up in the like 90s and as a fan of metal and metal genres. So
I had no idea how many people would like find a happy overlap between metal and DuckTales, yet here we all are. Dan, do you want to say hey?
Hi, I'm Dan. You can find me everywhere at Nat1Fun. Pretty much any website you go to, if you type in Nat1Fun, you'll probably find me. That's pretty much all I do is, quack around. Wednesdays, you can find me doing some stuff called Running Feywild. We have a show basically for the Isekai fans. We have like real life people getting thrown into the Feywild. And then you can catch me on Saturdays where we have a Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign going currently. That one's rounding out near the end of it. So you can catch everything that we've done so far. Both of those things on YouTube, again, Nat1Fun. That's pretty much it. I do a lot of production stuff. You'll see I did the video for the introduction you'll see here in a second. So that's pretty much it. That's me.
I can't get over this duck bill and
Right,
how it
it's
moves
so
while
good.
you talk.
I'm also extra.
Yes, clearly.
That's a defining feature.
And Raven.
Hi, it's me. I'm Raven. It's good to see everybody. I am everywhere, Wreck-It Raven, except TikTok, which is Wreck-It.Raven. Not a long story, just an embarrassing one. We don't talk about that. Just like we don't talk about Bruno. Anyway, I'm really excited to be here. I've not played MORK BORG yet, but as soon as I saw the art, I kind of fell in love, and that's how I base my decisions on most things in life. So, seems legit. I'm happy to be here. I'm really excited, and I too am extra.
I can't wait for us all to be extra together.
That's good. I was gonna say we're in good company.
yeah, it's gonna be good.
And most people here probably know who I am. I am Ian E. Muller. I am Ravnos on the internets. I am the founder of Gehenna Gaming, and I am very appreciative of Rob for bringing me this idea so that I get to play MORK BORG and, well, today, DUKK BORG, and Shiva.
Making a guest appearance.
I have to introduce the cat too. So yeah. So without any further ado, let's look at this amazing credit video that Dan put together. right.
And then it changes.
Dan, you've outdone yourself.
I'm not even joking. I'm not even kidding when I tell you that is literally the most fun I've had creating something in like forever. That was so fun.
Let's dive into this thing. I'm gonna read you the intro, the setup right out of DUKK BORG because I think it hits all the notes we need to hit here. With
Sorry, I
so
got
many.
distracted by your puppy.
Yeah, Kingston's back here. Kingston will probably say hey at some point. He knows when the camera's running, and I'm surprised he hasn't harassed us yet. But okay, so the DUKK BORG book by Gemroom Games is an absolute labor of love because it is so full of like deep cuts of DuckTales lore. I learned that Darkwing Duck and DuckTales exist in the same Duck cinematic universe. I don't know. So here we go. Let's dive in. Stand you now before the broken concrete and shattered glass of DUKK BORG, heavy with history and trial. The old tales speak of a gleaming city by the sea, prosperous beyond all need, the jewel of ancient Calisota, which, by the way, I found out is actually the name of the state that the DuckTales cast lives in. That's a real, this is like it's been in Disney for like decades. Under the sheltering wings of Scrooge, the greatest of merchant emperors, the metropolis knew only happiness and wealth. Your own travels tell a different story. Beneath the shattered moon, leaden waves dash against the plutonian rocks of a concrete tangle, home only to the cruel and avaricious. In the surrounding woods, glowing eyes and lolling tongues dart hungrily to feast on the flesh of ducks foolish enough to let their hauls of treasure slow them down. All in the shadow of the great citadel of gold, all under the webbed feet of the same merchant emperors who would conduct any malefaction to keep death from their mansion's door. You have heard the siren song of Calisota, and no wisdom could convince you not to seek its treasures. Unlike the fools, whose skulls mingle with cobblestones amongst the roads, you do not walk alone. Your clan, a family found or forged, will watch the fire while you sleep. Under your banner, you will carve a path to the untouched catacombs of inventors, saints, and crime lords. You will shake the foundations of this accursed place until Scrooge himself, if he is so deathless, will face you himself. As a hurricane, you approach the gates of DUKK BORG.
Woo.
Woo. I'm so glad we were on the same page on that. I was like, it needs a woo at the end, right?
It's become a tick. As I've been prepping, like I'll read it and it'll spill out of my mouth like an eldritch curse. So let's introduce your characters and also your clan. Vin is a regular member of our normal campaign cast, the MORK BORG campaign, but he couldn't be here tonight. But Vin rolled up all of the details for our clan and kind of decided the fate in absentia here. So I'll introduce the clan and then you can all introduce your characters. Vin rolled up Clan Del Quack. Your crest is a standing corpse with bared teeth and blossoming flowers. Your clan colors are arsenic and amaranth, which is kind of pink. And then Vin also decided, rolled up, you bear your 4 ducks' sacred arms. Your band begins with weapons that are named and filigreed. So as you introduce yourselves, each of you introduce also what like heirloom weapon that you got from the clan, what it is, and if you have a name in mind for it, obviously you got to tell us what it's called. Ian, do you want to go first?
Sure. So tonight, I will be portraying the loyal canine companion of Clan Del Quack, Alfred, who wields the mighty Quackscalibur.
I can't.
Woohoo.
Let's see. Dan, what you got?
I I'm Mallard Delquack. You can find me as the oath-sworn titan of the group. I carry around all but Old Faithful, my knife of Delquack.
Knife Old Faithful or Faithful?
Old Faithful, the knife of. The thing is, though, is I also have a crossbow, and so I don't actually have a crossbow in real life, but I have something. I have this. I have a gun, and I just taped a knife to it. So this is gonna be this is my crossbow for the day.
You taped a knife to a gun?
I did. I have a knife
This is-
gun.
This is appropriately Mork Borg, I think.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Tiny Tino's Wonderlands and got inspired.
Raven, introduce yourself in character.
Hi, yes, I'm Squash. Cousin Squash Del Quack, if you will. So my 4 ducks left me a Zweihander. I named it Flibbity Gibbet. Yeah, that's all.
Gibbity gibbet. Got it. And Selena.
I am Professor Iowa Jackson Delquack. Left with my trusty bow, Tall Square.
All square.
Tall Square. It's always there when I need it in a pinch.
I can dig it.
Like square?
Tall Square.
Tall
You've
square.
already broken Rob.
I gotta go. We gotta take a break. My brain's broken already.
A square?
It's like math
That's
equations.
tall?
Just squares coming at me.
It's the meme with all the mathematics, but it's just squares.
I mean, if it's not apparent, I'm going for an Indiana Jones thing without trying to like infringe
sued.
copyright. Yeah.
Okay, so Clan Del Quack, you have been approached by a trio of ducks who have been cast out of their own clan. A prince who was stripped of his titles, Louis XIII, and his brothers, a giant duck, Bone Hewer, and a small duck, Mountain Dew. And they come to you and they tell you, we wish to overthrow our uncle. You may have heard of him, Scrooge.
Ooh.
We also have discovered that our world is about to end.
What?
The coming of days is upon us. The tales of Daring Do have been revealed. And in these final days, there is only one thing that can protect us. The golden sarcophagus of plott-un-common. Recover this sarcophagus from Scrooge's vaults. Bring it to us, and we will reward you handsomely. You will be able to live out the finest end of days that any duck or dog can imagine.
He says golden sarcophagus, and Iowa's eyes just go.
Rob,
Dollar signs.
Rob,
Mhm.
if you could be so kind to set the scene where we're actually located. What's
Uh,
actually
I think that in shadow, the trio of ducks would come to you at your own decaying clan manor. They arrive cloaked, and when they reveal their cloaks, one of them is dressed in red, one in blue, one in green.
I will say that they approached the manor. I am I am an oath-sworn titan, and my titan oath is the housekeeper's oath.
Mhm.
So I will approach the door and answer the door as I guess. Let's see. Hold on. Who was it? Iowa Jackson would kind of be standing behind me, listening in. And you see me. I'm a very tall, lanky, dressed in a what you see here, kind of just like a nice black and white suit and a bow tie, large Adam's apple, and just kind of like sleepless eyes. And as they approach and say that, I'm Quack.
Quack.
Sorry. What say you about the end of the world?
Yes. Mallard of Clan Del Quack. The last heir of Del Quack. Your clan, I believe, is in ruins.
You could see Mallard's eyes get like very squinty, and he takes offense, but he also knows it's true.
Mm.
Squash kind of just like rolls up behind Mallard and starts laughing because this is not the best time. So the world is ending. This is not great. It's ending.
In this, we are the same. We have been ruined as well by the one who has the most power over all of us, Scrooge.
I'm imagining like every time you say Scrooge, lightning crashes. It's like young Frankenstein's-esque.
Iowa Jackson is going to step forward and put a hoof on Squash and just go, there. Mountain Dew, was it?
Yep, that's me. Do we really have to do this all in the doorway? I mean, we could come in. Like, if we come in, we can all sit down. And, if we sit down, we can talk out the details. We can give you the map. We'll just lickety split in, out. Then we can all get to the end of the days.
Wipe your flippers, please. You may enter.
So tell me more about this golden sarcophagus, and I'll just kind of like usher them quickly through into the dining room or whatever the area of receiving guests is.
Once you bring them in, I'm sitting in a chair, and I'm like, "What is this about adventure?"
Mallard is like frantically going and cleaning stuff like before they enter the room.
And Squash is making sure to find all the chairs that are just about to break to kind of like sit at the table, so that way it lines up so the three of them sit in it.
Okay, yeah. They will take seats. They look around cautiously, but there's one that's like big and burly and has like a ton of weapons like all over their back, and he says, "If the world is gonna end anyway, then what does it matter if we die here a couple days early?" And then he sits down.
What does it matter if the world's gonna end? I say from my chair.
This guy gets it.
I'm going to look around nervously and just, I mean, you're not going to die here, like not here in this very room, right?
Oh, he's just saying, I mean, like if we walked into a trap and he wanted to kill us all, just, cause old grudges, cause old clan things.
Right.
It's good to keep your wits about you. And I pull out my gun knife.
And I take my goggles out from like my vest pocket and I put them on, and I'm trying to study very diligently the amount of weight these chairs can take for science, obviously.
Stone Hewer looks like he is stretching them to the limit. But actually it's Mountain Dew who is giving you the most pause here, because it looks like he cannot sit still in the damn thing, and it's just like rocking, and it looks like he's gonna shake this thing apart. Yeah, so Louis the 13th, who is dressed regally here, says, we can tell you about the vault. We used to live in it back when our uncle still was on speaking terms with us. There are many defenses that you'll have to take care of. Fortunately, we have a map. And he's unfurling a big like scroll onto the table here.
I'm going to make a big show of like stretching my arms above my head, like, oh, defenses. Oh, those are fine. We don't got to worry about those. What kind of defenses are we talking about?
Well, first you'll have to disable the gizmos in the basement that let the money bin, fly into the sky.
Yes, I do love gizmos. Yes, I do.
Then it's also, we've never seen it, but supposedly our uncle's great source of wealth here. He worships a great worm. A few years back, it was just another snake cult. But then Scrooge took over.
Cult,
Your
you
uncle
say.
took over the cult.
Treasure. Occult.
Treasure.
Gizmos.
I look at
Don't
the
forget the gizmos.
gizmos.
Th-
I look
There's
at-
more money than you could possibly imagine in our uncle's money bin. As much as you can carry, jewels, gems, his lucky coin. All we care about is the sarcophagus. Anything else you can ferry out of there, that's up to you.
Well, this sounds like a grand adventure to me.
This may help restore the name Del Quack as well.
If the world is indeed about to end as you said daring do, I'm assuming one of your forefathers, I don't think we've got anything to lose. It's been a while since I've been on an adventure. It's about time.
They nod. Take the night, prepare. You'll be able to find any supplies you need down in Beagletown.
I ask
Any
of
number
you,
of
I ask of you,
Mhm.
Mountain Dew. What do we have to gain outside of this whole money aspect and gold and glitter? Why are you asking for our help? And why are you not helping us?
Scrooge, after the falling out, he kind of recognizes us. He's expecting us. He's not expecting other ducks. And there are plenty of other ducks. Plenty of people have tried. The lasers, they take care of most people. But if you're smart, you can get by the lasers. You don't really got to worry about the lasers. And now the lasers are just kind of configured to detect us as priority targets. And that's just bad news. We're just staying away from the lasers.
Hang on, lasers?
Lasers, nothing we can't handle. And I slap my hand down on the map and start pulling it towards me.
I take my knife and I stab it down onto the map to stop it from moving. And I say, we do this together? Or not at all? And I say, are we all in then? Gizmo.
I'm Squash.
Squash, sorry.
I think my prototype would it definitely does need some real world action for testing purposes. So yes, I'm in.
I withdraw my knife.
Yeah, Mountain Dew prototype. What's your prototyping? Is it an anti-laser laser? Like a laser that shoots lasers? Because that would be really useful for this. Just saying.
It's not. It's not. It is a propelled Bunsen burner. And it flings seeds. It's fantastic. Except for when it's not. Which is all the time. We're not talking about that.
I lean over the table and I hold the knife to him and I say, that information does not leave this room, though.
That doesn't sound like a weapon to me, so
It's
sounds
gonna fight the
kinda-
lasers, don't you
kind of
worry.
useless.
Every time the word laser is mentioned, Iowa just kind of starts sweating a bit more. Like beads of sweat are forming on his goat brow.
So Louis the 13th, the prince, is going to slap the table and say, the end of Calisota is nigh, and the sarcophagus is the only key to safety. Recover it. Bring it to us.
Okay.
Are we all in?
Yes,
Excellent.
I was just thinking about lasers.
That's why you throw seeds at it. I'm telling you, prototype is perfect.
They drop a bag of money on the table that is more money than your clan has seen in a generation. It's like overflowing with coins. And they say, this is for any incidental expenses.
How much is in the bag?
You would need time to count it. Are you going to count it in front of them?
Can I
I'm
try to
asking
guess
them.
based on weight?
Guess based on weight. What are you?
Yes. Would that be a presence roll?
Yeah, I think it would be a presence roll.
Okay. Okay.
Let's look at how to do skills in MORK BORG.
Yeah.
Shouldn't squash have a scale, like a gram scale or something?
You would think.
Everything is estimated.
So I would call this. Let's call it normal. So you're going to roll a d20.
Okay.
You're going to add your presence bonus. There are 4 stats in MORK BORG. We've got agility, presence, strength, and toughness. So give me a d20, add your presence, and you're trying to beat a 12.
Okay.
Meet or beat a 12.
I get a -2 to all DRs for presence rolls, so it will be a 10 in this case.
Okay, that's part of your devotee class?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I rolled a 19 plus 1, so a 20.
Ooh, okay.
So I reach out and I heft to the bag and I kind of bounce it in my hand. I'm a large dog man thing.
Yeah. You're opening it up, or you're weighing it without opening it up, and you would say there's probably you go to hoist it and then it starts to like fall out of your hand. It's a 2-hander.
Okay.
Bone Hewer with one massive hand is the one who like sets it down on the table, and you would say easily like 500 silver in here.
I hand it to Mallard and I say, I think this is ample.
About Mallard like looks at it and he has like his chin up at it, and then he kind of leans in and he says, "Go put it in the vault."
Let's put it next to the shrink ray.
Yeah. And
The supposed shrink ray that's still under development.
And I will leave. I will go put it in the vault.
Are you doing anything else while you go put this in the vault? Straight to set it down.
I want to look out. I want to look outside. Did anyone else come with them? Is there anyone else like lingering around?
In the distance, in the shadows, you can see blinking yellow eyes from indiscernible creatures out there. You wonder if it's some kind of guard or entourage, or maybe they're just haunted.
At this point, Mallard is cleaning
Yeah.
his knife with like a very white cloth.
I was going to take another look at the map.
Mhm.
So can you describe the map? How detailed is it?
It shows maybe 100 floors. Some of the floors are not filled out, but some of them are decently detailed. There's an elevator shaft, and then at the top, parallel to that, is something that looks kind of like a grain silo. And then that's like the center thing in the vault. And then all of the like surrounding areas are depicting like floors that are like living quarters, storerooms for treasure, and big swaths of it that are not filled in. It's kind of like a half-made map. And as you're poring over it, these 3 brothers here are kind of blinking at you, waiting to see if you got anything to say about it.
So apart from the lasers, once again, like a bead of sweat's going to trickle off of my forehead and onto the map at the mention of lasers. What kind of presence are we expecting in terms of, guard? Are we looking to? Are we expecting much resistance?
Well, he's got all his hired guards. Those are something you got to look out for. Plus the automatons. The automatons are trouble too. They also have the lasers, just don't worry about the lasers that are on the outside. There are lasers inside too. And the mirrors. So sometimes, bank shots, you got to watch out for the bank shots with the lasers.
Buttoning
Webby,
my
the
shirt,
spy duck.
just-
and then the Midas worm. The Midas worm is in there. You worship the worm. He worships the worm, and it's in the vault. And then,
Hang on. Why are you coming to us with this? Like we're not a clan of note. We haven't really done anything to put ourselves on the radar in quite some time. Why
The
us?
shrink ray.
yeah. I don't really care about the shrink ray. It's not a weapon. I mean, I'm already way bigger than everybody anyway.
You see Mallard kind of stands up tall.
Yeah, and Bone Hewer also.
We definitely start to go at it. I get taller, he gets taller, I get taller.
Uh-huh.
Who is taller? Is it me or him?
Yeah, and then Louis the 13th says, frankly, your clan is in such ill repute that we don't think Scrooge would ever see you coming. You're famous cowards.
You come into our house.
Raven.
Us cowards?
Yes. I'm very much coward. Yes.
Well,
I, for one,
You're not
resent
helping.
being called a coward. I don't know where anyone got that idea.
Maybe it's the lasers.
Goose Master.
Just, like pouring sweat. I'm
Uh-huh.
just covered in sweat.
Can I
Wow.
come back in the room quietly and
Yeah.
just be behind them now?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
I'm-
behind Louis, Bone Hewer, and Mountain Dew, or behind your own family
Behind
here?
Louis, Bone Hewer, and Mountain Dew.
Okay.
I would, first off, I would be, when they called us cowards, I would be taking a knife and cocking it into my my crossbow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then can I roll to possibly see Alfred on his way back in?
That would be a presence check. Presence is perceive, aim, charm, or wield powers.
Okay. I will say this about my character. I suck at that. So, I will try my best.
Yeah, I walk in, Quackscalibur on my shoulder, and I'm assuming I am larger than almost all of them. Being a dog.
Let's see. Bone Hewer's pretty big. Mountain
Yeah.
Dew's small. Louis the 13th, medium sized.
Okay, so I'm a little bit smaller than Bone Hewer.
Mhm.
Okay, and I'm just. I'll wait for the roll, but
That
I'm also
is
not
a-
hiding from any of you. I'm only hiding from them because I'm looting.
That is a 16 minus 3. Or a
16 minus
13.
3, 13. I would call it normal. Yeah, you see Alfred sneaking up behind them. Quackscalibur over one shoulder. He must have dug it up from the vault when he went to return those coins to the vault.
Mhm.
When Louis the 13th calls you a coward, and you go to brandish this weapon, Bone Hewer like jumps up out of the chair.
No, he doesn't.
Aha!
Okay.
Just shove him back down in the chair, even if it breaks the chair.
Oh yes, weak chairs. Oh, wait. Can we use that against them?
Bone Hewer is knocked on his ass, and Mountain Dew says, "Whoa!" And Louis the 13th kind of smirks and is like, "All right, maybe we were wrong about you.
He slams
Maybe
into
everyone's wrong about you."
He slams into the ground, and Mallard has like a gun knife thing, crossbow, whatever, at his throat. Yeah, like he has it like pointed at his throat. And he goes, "You shan't come in here and just disrespect our clan. Face to face." It's very
Yeah.
rude.
Mountain Dew is throwing up his hands nervously. Louis the 13th seems cool and calm throughout this.
Yeah.
And he nods and he says, "It looks like Del Quack was the right clan for the job."
You're quacking right.
I'm gonna
You're
slam.
quacking right.
I'm gonna slam a hoof down in the center of the map
Mhm.
and say, of course, to the right clan. Now, quit quacking around. Lasers,
Withdraw my knife.
mirrors that bounce off lasers, worms.
No, there are 2 ways past the lasers.
Stop saying lasers.
You just need something really fast to go past the lasers. If you're fast enough, if you're faster than the speed of light, you can definitely get past a laser.
I'm gonna take a hoof and just like close with the in between like the hoof part, the cloven hoof part.
Uh-huh.
Just use it to like close Mountain Dew's beak. Shh. Tell us everything we need to know.
If you want to get past the lasers, you're gonna have to go land or air.
Shh. I'll release his beak.
By land or by air.
Hmm.
You can fly over the lasers, or you can zip past the lasers really quickly.
I look over.
Either way, you're going to need a really good gizmo speaker.
I look over in Squash's direction. Well,
what?
were you?
I guess
listening
if
to
you
the
still have that
conversation?
shrink ray, you might be able to shrink down so small the lasers couldn't even see you.
That's going to be more money.
Uh,
I will lease it for by the hour.
Louis the 13th says, if you need more money, you should go check the bag.
No.
Alfred, did you actually look inside the bag or did you just weigh it?
I looked inside it.
Okay.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. When you open up the bag, you weighed and
Yeah.
silver is the currency of the land.
Yeah.
500 silver is a lot. You plunk it down, and when you plunk it down, gold coins fall out. It's obscene. It's like
Okay, but does that mean they're worthless, or does that mean that it's like way better than silver?
it is said that Scrooge has a monopoly on gold.
Ah. Well, I discovered that they were gold when I put it in the vault.
And you didn't think to tell us.
I haven't told you yet, because I also took some.
Oh.
Jeez.
I'm gonna take 5 of those.
Uh-huh.
I just shoop, and then make sure the vault is nice and locked up, all tight. And when I come back, I'm like, I think we'll be all set, Squash.
Why are you betraying me right now?
Trust me. When have I let you down?
Fine. Get the shrink ray. And the Bunsen burner. We're going to need those seeds.
I will go get those for you. I will return shortly.
I was going to continue studying the map.
I would like to also actually, before Mallard, before you leave, I think we've agreed to take up this quest. Our friends can probably leave. I say, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yes, goodbye.
Bone Hewer gets up off his ass, shattered chair beneath him. He dusts it off. A couple of tail feathers fly loose.
I hope you don't have splinters. Just kidding, I do.
Louis is nodding, and Mountain Dew is skedaddling out of there first. Bone Hewer is lingering behind a moment to glance back over his shoulders over a giant battle axe, and you can see his eyes. He locks eyes with you, Mallard.
I would like to say that I would also check outside as
Mhm.
I was going to get Squash's goods.
Yeah, you can escort them if you want.
I would like to see. I don't know where that came from. I would like to see if they had arrived in something, or if they had something on their person, like that would like accompany them, or such as travel or anything like that.
Yeah, you see that they have they get into a long obsidian black limousine.
It's not just black.
I-
It's obsidian black.
So they
It
arrive.
seems to
in
absorb all light.
this-
Black 3.
The Eldritch limousine.
I
Just always
wa-
add the word Eldritch. It's a great
I was
horror
going to go
trope.
outside too.
Mhm.
And scan the I guess dark horizon for more of those yellow eyes.
Yeah, you go outside, you take a look, and you can see that, yeah, in the distance, there are many blinking yellow eyes, bodiless, just staring at you from the darkness.
Is that something I or we have seen before surrounding the manor?
Nope.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mallard is eyeing them as they continue forth, like locking eyes with Bonehewer. And go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
I was just gonna say I'm locking eyes with him, and I'm flicking
Mhm.
open and clicking a Zippo lighter, just flicking and clicking and clicking, clicking.
Yeah, he stares quizzically, and like readjusts the giant axe on his back, and he is a duck of few words. He is letting his gaze do all of the speaking for him here.
Can I try to intimidate him as
Yeah.
well as I want to be known as the better duck before he leaves.
I would say an intimidation check is probably presence again.
No, why? Dang it. Okay, here we go. I'm on fire. That's 17 minus 3.
It must be the Zippo.
Be 14.
Yeah, okay. You're flicking the Zippo, and as you do, you kind of mindlessly, without even realizing it, you flip the flint on it, and it catches on fire and starts burning your hand. But the pain is beyond you as you stare down at him, and your hand is catching on fire. And he blinks and shakes his head, and you see that you've unnerved him. And he hustles out of there pretty quickly, right as the pain's starting to get to you.
Yeah, I do the quick like and just like drop it real quick to put out the flame and like start rubbing my finger with the same hand.
One of Squash's many gadgets wheels up, and it looks to be like a bucket of water on treads.
Yes, seems accurate. We love that one.
It comes in handy for some reason. I just
Does it have a name, Squash? Or do your gadgets have names, or are they just the gadgets that they are?
Sometimes I name them. That one is just Bucket.
Bring me the bucket.
That tracks.
So you can prep through the night and day, but we need to get into one of the core mechanics of MORK BORG here, because when sleep is upon you, when
Am
a
I
day
dead?
passes,
Am I dying?
No, we'll see. We consult the calendar of Necrobul. So this is you roll a die every day, in-game day, and you can set the length of your campaign or your setting based on the die you roll and the likelihood that it will come up with a 1. So the bigger the die, the less often you roll a 1, the longer between days it'll take to trigger one of the world-ending prophecies.
okay.
So when will this agony all end? D100, years of pain. A bleak half year, D20. D10, a fall in anguish. D6, one cruel month. Or D2, the end is nigh. In DUKK BORG, the end is nigh.
Oh no.
So we're going to roll a D2. And if you roll a 1 on this D2, if you flip a coin and it comes up tails, DuckTales,
Woo.
then we are going to trigger one of the prophecies. So,
It just sounds so ominous while also not sounding ominous.
So if we get a 1, that's what it is.
yeah, and for this first day, we'll rotate around so you can each yell at each other for rolling ones. Raven, why don't you roll first?
I already
grab
did. I got a 1.
Oh gosh. Jeez.
Overachiever.
Well,
Okay. So, DUKK BORG has a unique set of prophecies here. So I need someone to roll 2d6.
I got you.
In MORK BORG, 2d6 is called d66. Ian.
Wait. Which one is the 10 and which one is the 6?
You tell me.
Okay.
You're holding the dice.
All right, I've got a white and clear shiny and a black and blue shiny. So black and blue is the 10.
Okay.
66.
Yes!
66.
66.
Yes!
Nice.
Oh, that was really creepy. You could see my teeth through the bill. No. Cut the bod. Cut the bod.
Someone clip that, please.
No. Never again.
Duck teeth. Oh no.
No.
66. So okay. The thing about D66 is it's not really 66 possibilities. It took me a bit of reading to figure this out.
Okay.
So it's technically it's D36, but anyway, let's D66, Psalm 6, and the stranger will find you
Oh.
and show their true face.
Okay then.
we love that. That sounds good.
I'm gonna make a note. There's a stranger out to find you.
I was gonna say, if there's not a stranger out to find me, or danger lurking behind me during this game, I will be very upset.
The stranger is in like the sort of monster manual part of this book.
Good.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Okay, so the stranger is out to find you.
Okay.
I don't know. MORK BORG isn't clear on like, do you know this? Is the magical knowledge of the world shaping like fall? I think you know as players, but not necessarily as ducks.
It's just something
some
that
of
we
those-
kind of feel.
Yeah, as Louis the 13th and his entourage drive away in their black limousine, all of the glowing eyes fade out. And they seem to leave with the limousine as though they are watching, guarding them, except one pair, which blinks a few extra times and then vanishes into the night.
See that.
So, what do y'all want to do to prepare to do a sarcophagus heist?
Now that they've left,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull one of the gold coins out of my pocket. Hold it up. It's like
What is that?
the bag was not silver.
Is that what I just like reach and grab it and pull it from you? That would have been really cool if I had a coin just like ready to go. And it looked like I
Right?
transfer the coin over.
Slacking.
Damn it! I got a dice. Is
I'm
that-
gonna snatch it out of Mallard's hand and bite it and then go. "Pff." I think that's gold.
And then I'm gonna snatch it
You go to
out of
bite it.
Iowa's hand and I'm gonna lick it.
You go to bite it, and as a goat, you eat everything. You kind of can't help yourself. It slides down your throat.
Oh, no.
Well,
Rob, I
Certainly feels like gold going down.
I halfway thought you were gonna be like, it was chocolate.
Oh no, I'm
It
allergic.
feels like gold going down. This is like all the other gold I've eaten.
This is definitely like the gold I've eaten before.
This gold
well
tastes
then.
old.
Is it? It's all
Right in the
gold.
name.
I say
okay.
we go to town on our way to. Look at the map. On our way to the entrance.
Mhm.
And
You'll have to go through
provisions.
Beagletown.
Let me interject. Are we gonna sleep before we go?
yes,
Because I've been up all day writing a thesis. So
Yeah, no. In the morning. Let's stop in town on our way through and collect provisions with some of this newfound wealth.
There's so much of this that we are not using, and it's really incredible. Like they have a whole section on just like the shattered moon, and it talks about like aliens, like space octopi. Like you could absolutely do like a whole like campaign just in like the MORK BORG DUKK BORG world.
Amazing.
But I will read to you Beagletown, which you will visit in the morning. Every block seeded by the remaining clans of DUKK BORG is eaten by Beagletown, stripped for parts under the watchful eyes of Matron Beagle. An experiment in extreme kleptocracy, this growing district is no place for the softer kind. The city's oldest neighborhoods host endless stone sewers and catacombs beneath them, dotted with ossuaries and abandoned subway stations. Undiscovered sarcophagi promise riches, but strange things slumber deep below the city. So you have to go through Beagletown to get to the vault.
Right. Well, while you are all sleeping, you leave me in my workshop. I have things to do.
I'm imagining there's like a mini montage of Iowa Mallard and Alfred getting ready for bed as like Squash goes to their workshop, and we're all like get into the covers and then we all say goodnight, and then there's just like a chorus of woo. It's like we drift off to bed.
Alfred snores and it's just
I as you all go to sleep and everything like that, I'm like the last one up and kind of taking care of all the torches on the wall and putting all the torches out. I'll be the final one to kind of like, I'll do the really creepy, if you're like looking from the outside, you see my shadow in the window as I stare out the window, and I put the last flame out. And I say, woo.
Okay. If anybody else doesn't have any preparations, let's start the next day.
I will gather my ring of keys, my skeleton keys, as they are aptly called, before leaving the house. And of course, my trusty weapon.
I'm going to pack I have a sensor full of hallucinogenic plants. I'm going to say that it is collapsible for travel. So I'm going to pack my sensor, collapse it, and then attach it to my belt.
You know, as I was reading
my whip.
As I was reading all the DUKK BORG stuff, I was like, oh, this is a loving PG take on MORK BORG. Like they're really leaning into the cartoon. And then you rolled like a drug-fueled like brazier that you carry around, and I'm like, nope, it's still MORK BORG.
Yeah, still MORK BORG. Yeah. Go ahead.
I am going to be in my workshop. I am putting some final touches on the shrink ray, which we have brought out of retirement for this shindig, and the Bunsen burner. And I'm also going to kind of pack it in like, the only way I can describe it is like a milk crate on like these very tendrily skinny metal legs. And that is what I bring everything with me. So I'll have like little tinkering stuff and those two gizmos.
I feel like everybody is ready, and then like we're waiting for Squash.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is one of those things where like it's like, let's go. 20 minutes later.
I'll go down to like Squash's at workshop, I assume.
Yes.
And I'll knock on the door and like have my hands like behind my back. Squash, it is time to leave.
You can't rush perfection.
You've had all night. I assume you've worked on...
Iowa doesn't want to get killed by lasers.
I don't think any of us want to get killed by laser, Squash.
Then leave me. I will be up soon.
Meanwhile, Iowa's gonna, like in the front yard of the mansion, Iowa's gonna yell over to Alfred. Alfred, let's see if you can catch my whip, like as I crack it. Like you go run that way, and I'll.
You know what?
I'll crack my whip.
I'll make this agility roll.
Are you playing fetch with your clanmate? Woof. Kingston does love a good tug of war, though.
I'll make this agility roll. like Alfred's not gonna play along, but as soon as the whip cracks, he's just gonna be like, whoosh.
All right. You tell me one.
Go.
Whoosh.
I got a 17.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna like start tugging on it.
So I'm just like, whoosh. And I'll let go.
Quit
All
fooling
right.
around.
Alfred is.
You are all preparing. You're
Yeah.
loosening up.
Yeah, Alfred's strapping on his heavy armor. He's like, let's do this. Let's go.
I have heavy armor as well, and I will. But it is very much still a suit. It is like a suit made of metal
Amazing.
That's great.
A little metal
with
bow tie.
a bow tie that like very often just kind of twitches.
I like to
And-
think that the bow tie is actually like a throwing star that
Oh,
you
sure.
could detach.
Squash finally starts like coming up the stairs. It's like, yes, Bubala, come on, come bring my stuff. Let's go. We have to do things outside the
robot-
house.
A robot that looks like an old lady duck is carrying all of your things down.
Oh boy.
Perfect.
Bubala's not coming with us, is she?
Yes. and Cratey. Cratey's coming. Yes.
Not gonna get in the way like she did last time. I hear a very, very happy kitty into the microphone.
I think there's an earthquake happening. You guys hear that?
What is that under our feet? It sounds as if the world is ending.
Okay. Y'all are loading into a rickety old station wagon.
Oh, okay.
Excellent. I like it. I like it.
It's got wood
okay.
panels.
Yes. Okay. Mallard is very much like one of those like classic car owner. Like even if it's a piece of crap, like everything is polished and even the cracked wood on the side paneling is cleaned,
Now I have a question.
Polished turd.
polished. Turd.
I have a question, Mallard.
Hmm.
You're the oath sworn, but I am the clan's loyal canine companion. Which one of us drives?
Bubala
You know-
drives.
Rochambeau for it.
Bubba drives.
Bubala gets strapped to the top.
we're like Beverly Hillbillies rolling into.
Very inconspicuous.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You know, you got the housekeeper's oath, but you did not get the chauffeur's oath.
I
a
did not.
separate oath in this game.
That is true. I will say that you can
Okay.
drive. I'm way too busy trying to make sure that you. I'm a backseat driver, if you will.
On top of his heavy armor, he pulls on driving gloves. He's very professional. He's like,
I just all drive, and then you get in the back seat. Okay, you are all loaded up in the station wagon. You've got Boobala, you've got Crady, you've got your Bunsen burner, you got a shrink ray on here too.
Yes, it's inside Bubala's.
Oh no.
And you're all loaded up and ready to drive through the mean streets of Beagletown.
yep.
Your car is slow going through these streets.
I imagine a lot of like black smoke coming out of the back, and
Right.
it's like.
Wait,
as
wait.
It runs.
Mallard, do we sit on the same side of the car or opposite sides of the car?
We have to sit on the opposite side.
Okay, because I was gonna
otherwise
say,
it
because
would tip.
otherwise the car's
The
also
weight
like,
It would like tip.
like.
We'll say for the comedic value, we're sitting on the same side and we're grinding.
Yeah,
as we
that.
make our way in.
I didn't realize that you had like a huge character here. I didn't realize your dog was ginormous.
He's big.
Okay. Are you a specific breed of dog?
Yeah, he's probably like Rottweiler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Iowa
Okay.
in the back seat of the car is going to be tracing like dreamy sarcophagi onto like on the dust of the window.
Oh,
kinda
dust.
like-
Yeah, that's way better than fogging the window.
Mhm.
Squash is actually fogging the window and like putting in calculations.
Still working on the shrink ray.
Yeah,
Uh,
you know.
He's
As
busy
you
leaning over the edge and like giving directions to to Alfred. Take a left at the next.
as you drive through the shanty town here, that is Beagletown, where the sea is starting to lap up some of the structures, threatening even the skyscrapers that are starting to crumble here. You see many identically dressed beagles that all have numbers listed on their chests, but there are so many you lose count. They all wear red shirts, blue jeans. They've all got like domino masks, caps. It seems to be, I don't know, a gang uniform.
I kind of do the I kind of like do the mom and dad like look behind me to the kids in the back seat.
Mhm.
I say, ready yourselves. Keep your eyes open.
Eventually, as you are driving, there's a little old lady in the middle of the street. She's got a cane. She's got a sweater. She's got like a blue skirt.
Run her through, Alfred. She's in the way.
What? We can't just run her over.
I have something that's less messy. And then I kind of like snap my fingers at Bubala, who like her chest opens up. And like the Bunsen burner kind of like propels itself up and out. And I open the window and I just kind of hold my hand out and it sits there. And I say, okay, go. And it just starts flinging seeds rapidly.
The Bunsen burger takes off into the sky, and as it starts flinging seeds, you can see that jumping from the alleyways out of nowhere are beagles, massive and huge, beagles little and small, and each one of them is diving in front of a different seed like it's taking bullets for this little old lady. And every time one of them jumps, and there's an endless stream of them. Every time one of them jumps, they're like, "Ma, no! Ma, no! Ma, no!"
Are they all
and
jumping
then,
in the way of the vehicle at this point? I'd like
they
to
are all
think we're just like,
jumping in front of the seeds, like they're taking bullets for the little old lady. And
Okay.
as they are doing so, they're starting to pile up into a roadblock. And you're zooming towards her, and all of their bodies are like piling up on the road. And your car is coming, is like getting like dangerously close to it. And you can see that this Ma character is climbing the bodies using the cane for leverage until she's on top of all of them. And she's holding up a hand for you to stop.
I will come to a stop.
Okay.
How frail does this old beagle lady look?
It's hard to say. Like a short, fat. You think she doesn't look like much of a fight.
I take my head out the window. Get out of the way, wench.
You go to stick your head out the window, and then tapping on a rear window, right where you are, Alfred, is one of these beagle boys.
I can get the shrink ray, just say it.
I just look.
Yeah, it's a big one. And he punches the window and the glass breaks, and he's pointing down.
At the ground or outside the car or down inside the
Outside the car, yeah.
car? Can I help you?
Yeah. The voice is coming from where he pointed.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
I will look out and down.
Yeah. There's a tiny little dog person who is dressed in like the same red sweater, the jeans, and he says, well, Look at this cur who deserted us. And what are you doing with this clan, traitor? You're not a Beagle Boy anymore?
My family has served
Beagle Boy.
Landilquack for generations. How dare you besmirch me?
You don't gotta lie to us. You were a Beagle Boy until just a couple of years ago. I can smell it on ya.
I believe mistaken.
Is the car surrounded by Beagle
Yeah,
Boys at this
It's
point?
starting to be.
Okay. Iowa is going to like try to inch down in his seat. Like I'm going to try to just slide and then turn around and try to eat my way through the back seat into the trunk.
Wash the
You start-
Corinthian leather.
You start chomping away on the seat.
All right. The goal of this is to get into the trunk and then out through the trunk. I'll like, I don't know if this is old.
So you want to chew through the back of the car too.
I mean, when did they start making those like trunk releases for kidnap victims?
This is an old car. You start trying to weasel goat your way into the back. As all of this is happening, Ma with her cane is inching closer to you. And there's a
will-
hush falling over them.
I will stick my crossbow knife out the window
Mhm.
and do the like gangster like kind of slap it against the side of the vehicle to like show the weapon. And be
Uh-huh.
like, what is it that you want from us? You are starting to bother me.
She says, there's rumors going around that y'all are looking to take something from Scrooge.
What if we are?
How would you know that? It just happened yesterday. And then I like duck down.
Shut up! Shut your mouth!
And what if we are?
Impossible. We've been trying for years.
Just
That
because
doesn't
you...
mean-
So many good boys lost to that laser. Good little boys.
We have a plan. What's it to you?
We've tried all the plans. The only plans we haven't tried are race cars and airplanes. What's wrong, Dan?
From like
now I know what you meant from the sky and like really fast.
Yeah.
from like the trunk, I'm just gonna yell like muffled, like that's really specific.
I mutter under my breath, "Woo," and then I look at her and I say, well, I wouldn't call this a race car per se. Are you trying to say that you have access to these things, but you haven't tried them, or what?
Well, we got something that we could sell you.
I'm sure at a decent rate.
What?
She's snapping her fingers, and several big dogs are like mushing on a sled, a giant engine. It's like a hot rod engine.
Okay.
This could
okay.
get you past the lasers.
Have I finished eating through the trunk yet?
You're probably in the trunk now.
What do you say, Mallard?
Well, I say, what is your offer then? We can clearly see what it is that you are trying to gain from us.
Half of your haul.
You want 50% for just selling us something.
I can build an engine.
She could build an engine.
With what parts? You're
Don't
looking around,
you
you're
worry
totally
about it.
surrounded.
And then I shrink back down into my chair. Please don't hit me.
Alfred, it seems that you have some sort of mongrels. What say you?
How do we know it works?
One of the beagles is starting it like a lawnmower, and flames are coming out of it.
Okay.
Impressive. Half a hall.
I kind of poke Mallard.
What?
I can build one of those.
Hmm.
I've brought a lot of parts. They're in boobalas.
You keep a lot in
Ma overhears you and says, "But do you have the time? Sky's been changing a lot every night."
Don't think that I sleep.
Alfred, I saw you look up at the sky. When you do, the sun blinks at you.
I just
Is this a normal occurrence, or is this like a what the fuck just happened?
Nobody notices it except you, Alfred.
I pretend it didn't happen.
Great, good.
Alfred
good.
just is like, nope. We're gonna wall that memory off and pretend it doesn't exist. I'm gonna actually look at them and say, allow me to confer with my clan.
Are you telling the beagles that?
Yes.
Okay. You roll up the windows.
Yeah.
I will roll up mine and I will be like, roll up your... You broke my
They broke
window.
it.
So I actually have something that might be useful here.
Mhm.
I have a scroll that is Tongue of Eris. And it says a creature of your choice is confused for 10 minutes.
Or, just a thought, they don't know what's in the vault. We could say we give them half, but they won't know any better.
Well, that's kind of why I wanted
Exactly,
to
yeah.
use the scroll to either say, hey, like, y'all stopped us and you don't know why, or we already gave you stuff.
Well, I was thinking save the scroll for when we come back
Oh.
and be like, sure, this is half.
Either that or be like, half. No, you said 1/5.
Yeah. But save it
Sounds
for
like
when
you got
we
a
come
couple
back.
viable plans here, yeah.
So I say
Okay.
we agree.
Wait.
Oh, you
Where
know
is
what?
I
Iowa?
cannot believe how good the beak moves while you talk. When
Wait,
you were in
wait.
profile, wait.
Wait. Where is Iowa?
So I'm gonna say at this point, Iowa has probably finished eating his way out of the trunk, like maybe through the license plate. And I've used that as kind of like a quick release to get to like burst open the trunk. And I'm gonna like launch myself at the nearest beagle boy.
Are you trying to attack one?
No, I'm just trying to intimidate them or surprise them, I guess.
Give me your choice of presence or agility.
I'm gonna
Seems fine.
I'm gonna say agility since I'm kind of flinging myself out of the trunk.
As
It's
he
a
does
D20.
this.
Is it a D20?
Yeah, you're going to roll a d20 and you're going to add your agility bonus on your sheet. Oh,
I rolled a 6 plus 2, so that's an 8. That's
yeah. You launch out of the trunk into the arms of a giant beagle boy. Hey,
So
he gives you like a big hug and starts walking you over to Ma.
can
I'm
I
gonna
just
like
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna clear my throat. Like a little piece of like seat is gonna come out, like some upholstery and foam.
He's knocking on the window.
I will.
You drop this.
Iowa.
Oh, that's where our Iowa went.
Well, so now we have a hole in our car.
Yes.
I actually have a small dog. It was part of
Like
my
in real life, or
no, like
Oh.
in my inventory. I want that dog to like essentially like pop out and start trying to like bite ankles because it says a small but vicious
yeah.
dog, and his name is Tony Danza.
Yep. Okay.
Amazing.
So
Okay, so your dog pops out of the trunk and starts biting ankles. And the Beagle Boys take this as a sign to play, and a bunch of them are all like running around trying to bite each other's ankles and your little dog's ankles.
While they're
Love
doing that,
Tony Danza has never looked happier.
while this is happening, and there's some confusion now, I'm gonna look at Mallard and say, just say yes, so we can get moving. If we can deal with it later.
You can see his eyes are like darting back and forth. He's like, fine. Yes, very well.
There's a scene in the new DuckTales show where the anthropomorphic ducks are all walking and they throw breadcrumbs to regular ducks. And there's a brief moment where like one of them looks at the camera and kind of shrugs. So like it's a world where you can have dogs and dog people. Like,
yeah,
it's canon. You start driving away, and Tony Danza looks forlornly at you for a moment, but then caught up in the revelry of play, seems to have immediately forgotten you.
Tony Danza, no! I loved you like my own child, which I would never have.
Ma is smirking viciously and says he's a beagle now.
You monster. I just, again, like slide down into my
Don't
seat.
worry. We'll keep him safe until you come back with half.
I look at him and I say, I look at her and I say, you better hold her closer.
I'm gonna get back into the car the way I came out of the car.
Yeah.
Which is
The Beagles are setting the engine on the front of your station wagon. So your station wagon has like a hot rod engine on it now. Squash, you can do any last minute adjustments on the engine if you want.
Oh, yes. I will begrudgingly get out of the car and kind of just look around. And then really start to inspect the engine. And I say, Boobala, my screwdriver and my spanner, please. And so I start kind of just tweaking some things. I don't know how effective it is.
Give me a presence roll.
Okay. That's D20 plus my modifier, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's a 21, baby.
Did you roll a natural 20?
No. Yeah, I
Okay.
rolled a 19.
Okay. You're taking a look at this thing, and it's hard to say whether it's on purpose or not. But this thing looks shoddy, and after a certain amount of use, like it would blow up.
Okay. So I'm trying to kind of make it so that doesn't happen. I want to at least add minutes to the lifespan for use.
Sure.
Is there something that you'd like me to roll for that?
You got this really good presence roll already. Let's just let that ride.
Okay.
Yeah, you take a look at that and you see all the modifications you need to make this thing stable, and it should expand its life for as long as you can do regular maintenance every 50,000 miles.
Perfect. We love that.
You catch just the barest hint of like a dissatisfied glimmer in Ma Beagle's eyes, and you wonder briefly if this was meant to explode you later down the line.
I narrow my eyes and like
Mhm.
right over my glasses, and like I pull my glasses all the way down my bill.
She pushes hers up.
It's not worth half. And then I quickly like jet back into the car and like slam the door.
You peel out, going over a pile of unconscious Beagle Boys who took seeds for Ma, and you fly through the sky. and you're driving across like a bridge over water towards the money bin.
I feel like as we're going through the air, stuffing from like the chairs are like flying out the hole in the back of the car.
Yeah, you hit the you hit this thing, you hit the bridge, and you're cruising down here, and that's when the lasers begin firing.
Oh jeez.
Why did it have to be lasers?
No. That's a good one too.
What are you doing about the lasers?
Okay, well, I'll say since Alfred and I are kind of front running in the seats here. Well, Alfred, what are you doing steering wise? And then I'll kind of react. Oh, you're muted, friend.
And you're muted.
Sorry. Are the lasers coming from the sides at us or forward at us?
Forward. From the vault that you are speeding towards.
Okay. So we could do evasive maneuvers and just steer out of the way of them.
Okay.
Mallory, go ahead. You do.
I've got a mirror in my like hip
You did buy a
sack.
mirror. I remember you doing that during character creation.
I did. So it just says mirror. Or is this like a pocket mirror? Are we talking like maybe it's a collapsible mirror? About yay big.
Collapsible mirror, yay big. You're sizing up your mirror that you brought. It is probably big enough to protect you from a direct hit. But you don't think you've got like a windshield thing that you can put in front of the car like for a hot day.
I am gonna just stick it directly in front of me.
Alfred, why don't you give me an agility check for some evasive maneuvers here?
All right. That is an 18.
Woo!
Ooh.
As you are juking the car left and right, and throttling it faster than this car has ever gone before, you are cruising. Flames are coming up out of the engine, and every laser that misses you is bouncing off of the reflective asphalt, which is like super shiny, and ricocheting into the sky. You see some of these lasers are going off all the way to the moon, it looks like.
Take that, blinking sun, I say.
What does that even mean, Alfred?
As you are juking left and right in the car, you almost, because of how like lopsided you are, go over one railing into the ocean that's lapping against the rocks. But with a quick turn, you right yourself and you speed past all of these lasers right to the front door outside of the kill zone. You're so close they can't target you now.
And I like power slide the car to a stop in front of the door.
This when he's doing that, I roll down my window and stick halfway out the window and try to like steady myself on the roof with my crossbow pointing at the front gate.
It took me a second to realize you said ocean lapping against the rocks and not laughing against the rocks.
I mean, both fit.
The sun's blinking, the ocean's laughing. It's fine. Yeah, nothing wrong with this world.
We got into Iowa's
regular
urge
end of
again.
world stuff.
Yeah. The end of time is strange.
Yeah, you point your crossbow at the front door, expecting some kind of guard, and you just see a tall granite wall that you wonder if it's even a door. And why don't we take our break here?
Perfect. All right.
Very well.
Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Go grab a drink, stretch your legs. We're going to do the same, and we will return with more DUKK BORG, quacks of the Holy Mountain when we return.
And we are back.
No,
I-
wait! They can't know I'm not a duck.
It's getting spicy in here after the laser. I undid the tie. I'm casual dressed up for the stream now.
We love that.
Hi, hello. Okay, we're good.
Okay. Also, I'm back with a light beverage.
Oh.
I am too.
Am I a White Claw Outlaw? Yes.
The White Claw Outlaws do not sound out of place in DUKK BORG.
The White Claw Outlaws. Please make that a thing. Hello.
I'm just saying.
Professor
So-
Iowa Jackson is appropriately drinking a gluten-free lager.
Alfred's drinking water. He's the designated driver.
Yeah, and Mallard is definitely drinking some whiskey as he prepares for the
Mhm.
oncoming onslaught.
Ballard,
Wow.
are you okay? There's something wrong with your face.
There's something on your
The
your
mustache
beak,
creeping
your
over the
bill.
top of the beak is a unique horror.
It's an eldritch caterpillar.
Just gotta add the word eldritch to anything. It's great. It's perfect.
It works.
So you have been approached by the nephews of Scrooge, who say that in his money bin there's a lost treasure, the sarcophagus of plott-un-common, and the sarcophagus is said to protect you from some kind of coming end of days. So they hired you with a big bag of gold to go and recover this, and anything that you find in the vault is yours, and you can live out the end of days in as much luxury as you want, because you'll have endless riches on behalf of Louis XIII and his brothers Bonehewer and Mountain Dew.
Also, I hate you for everything that you just said, Red.
I do wonder, is there a Hildu?
A Mesa Dew?
Damn it.
A Valley Dew?
Y'all are fucking up my math. Quit making me laugh. It's not good with laughing. It fucks my
So
whole
good with
jaw
everything
up.
else,
It's
though.
like,
That's perfect.
All right.
That's it. You're just do this for the next hour.
Right.
Just prop work.
This is the
here.
stream.
This is just prop work. All right.
It's
I need a
it's
second.
Dan's Howard the Duck cosplay hour.
I don't know about this. This is awful.
Oh
Tell me about those infinity stones again.
Who's producing this thing? I need to talk to the set designer.
Oh my god. Okay, here we are. Love this.
So we made it through the lasers.
You made it past the laser defenses of the money bin, and now you are in front of a stone wall.
I have my weapon drawn at the wall.
Mhm.
I look at it and can I see any sort of, I don't know, is it pretty I guess fortified up? What do we see?
You don't know the way into this thing. From here, you don't really see anything.
I consult the map.
I was gonna say I turn around and I look at Iowa and I say, Iowa, the map.
Yes. 1 second. It is a map.
As you unfurl the map, you focus on the front door area. You can see drawn in ink is a tiny little keyhole. Additionally, skirting the outer ring right at the base of this, it looks like there are some security cameras. And as you're looking at the map, they're denoted with like a little eye icon. And on the map, the eye blinks at you.
What do your goat eyes see, Iowa?
You've been sitting on that one a minute.
I have.
Iowa can't think of anything except lasers right now, and is wondering if through the opening into the money bin is more lasers. So he's just kind of zoned out, staring at the map, and he goes, "Huh?"
Squash kind of takes a deep breath and goes, "Oh, Bubala!" And like I get out of the car and just like start waddling over to this wall, and I see the cameras, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they look like kind of eyeball like lenses that are staring down at you. And there's one on either side of the door so that the door looks like a giant face. and they're tracking you as you walk up to the door until they're kind of like you're looking up at them and they're looking down at you kind of cross-eyed.
I'll have my crossbow like trained on those eyes, or like one of them at least. When you approach, and I'll just say, "Squash, be careful."
Yes. And then I pull out my Bunsen burner. Like I have my Bunsen burner, and I would like to attempt to just haphazardly turn this thing on and allow seeds to fly at a rapid velocity at this wall in an attempt to somehow get these cameras, because there's no aiming device on here. I didn't think that was necessary. Who is not?
You set this thing to the sky, and as it floats up towards the security system, you see that a wayward laser shoots at it, and it dips out of the way. It looks like if you go up too high, then you're within laser range.
Yes, bunny, little down, not so high. Little, yes.
It looks like Bunny cannot get close enough to the eyes to disable them, but it's spewing seeds left and right, and one of them hits the security system in like the camera, and it like kind of blinks a second.
Bunny,
it looks like it's got something in its eye, and then like the thing kind of closes its eye and looks like it's like there's like a some kind of like hydraulic fluid that's leaking from it and dripping down onto you.
Oh, this feels reminds me of college. And I just kind of look at the Bunsen burner and I go, "Buddy, you're useless." As I'm like trying to like wipe this gunk off my feathers.
You seem to have created a blind spot in the security system, though.
So the doorway leading into this place, is it just the security, like the cameras that were guarding it? Like, is there a like window into the door, anything like that?
You don't see anything like that here.
Okay.
I will, as you kind of look or whatever, I'll just step out of the vehicle so that I'm not inside the vehicle anymore.
You do start to hear a siren, like an alarm, and atop the vault, you can see that a spotlight is lighting up, and it's shooting into the sky, and there's a black silhouette of a sinister duck projected onto a nearby cloud. You don't know what that means.
Is
What
the car,
the fuck?
did the car land in the blind spot?
The car is not in the blind spot. The car is like within the other eye is like looking at the car and seeing you guys come up.
I'm just gonna like slowly back the car up into the blind spot.
You dunk, and then like the bumper is touching the door.
Perfect.
I'm gonna take Tall Square. I'm gonna unshoulder Tall Square and try to knock an arrow and aim at the other
I just
camera.
got it. It's the opposite of short round. I get it. Took me a minute, but we got there. We got
a
there.
minute. A minute.
It took me about 120 minutes.
Not copyright infringement.
No, you're good.
Amazing.
So I am going to try to shoot the other security camera.
Okay. Give me a presence check.
Oh, good.
Presence is for aiming. The presence kind of replaces dexterity and charisma.
My
And a
presence
little
is
bit of
0.
I guess. Yeah. Okay.
10.
10. Pretty simple. This is not pretty simple. I would call this difficult. Yeah, you fire an arrow up and it goes wide. Cross off one of your arrows. It sinks into the sea.
The sea just goes.
Can I?
The sea laps against your arrow.
Can I? I'm gonna pull out my slingshot and say, "Might I give it a go?"
I'm gonna look disgruntled. I'm not just gonna like sure.
A voice, a robotic voice is starting to creep out over the siren that's going off. Ooh. And it says, "Intruders, the Dark Wings have been summoned.
What does that mean?
You have
Ooh.
minutes to leave."
You have a minute to shut the fuck up.
I'm
And
gonna,
then a duck.
I'm gonna take aim with the slingshot. I'm just gonna like.
The light that is making the image in the sky, is that visible through this gate?
That
or
what?
the door? Where is this light emanating from?
You're looking up, and the vault ascends into the sky.
Sure.
According to the map, it's at least 100 stories.
Okay.
But some of the icons on the map for floors, it looks like they ran out of numbers, and some of them are symbols.
Okay.
Right.
Same.
Same.
Okay. That one tickled Rob.
And atop the tower is a spotlight that is shining up like a signal to whatever the Dark Wings are. You can see like a black feathered wing there, and like a sinister looking duck's head.
But it's like way.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
it's shining into the sky.
Yeah, no, I got that. I was trying to see
Wherever
if
in the
we-
city the Duck Wings might be, or the Dark Wings might be, they would see it.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, do your thing. I was just.
I have.
No, go ahead.
Can we see the outline of the door? Ish.
Yeah, there's a very thin crack.
Okay. I'm gonna take out my shrink ray.
Okay.
I want to try to shrink this door because I'm pissed. Because
You
I
look,
jizzed on, and now there's a voice screaming at me. I don't like
look
it.
at your shrink ray's battery. It's been in the vault for a long time, and you didn't charge it before this mission. Roll 1d4.
Fuck!
I rolled a 16 with the slingshot to try to hit the other eye. By
Roll
the way.
1d4. I rolled a 16.
I got a 2.
A 2. The shrink ray has 2 charges.
Perfect. Get the damn dog out of my way.
You fire your slingshot, Alfred, up at the other eyeball sensor. Patink! You get it right in this thing, and you actually like crack the crystal completely, and the thing sinks out of the wall.
Hey.
Squash, you point the shrink ray at the front door, and you fire. The whole door shrinks down.
As Squash fires, I'm gonna be like, wait, no, how will we get through?
Yeah. Does the wall follow suit? Like, does the entryway shrink? Or just the
Nope,
door?
just the door.
Just,
Okay.
That's
I was right there with you, though. I'm like, no!
Squash, you look at the door. It's about playing card size now.
I pick it up and I look at it and I go, meh, and I throw
There's a okay.
I just
Squash,
throw
There's a
that thing actually
Nothing.
works.
it.
On the door, there's a nothing. Never mind.
Inside are black and white checked squares leading down a hallway towards an elevator.
I look at Squash and I'm just like, thank goodness you brought that shrink ray. We can use it many times along this path, and I'm sure it'll become useful all the way through this whole thing.
Yes, but I didn't charge it, so no.
Squash!
Did anyone try to open the door?
Nope.
No.
No one really
No, I
asked
said
about
that. I
it.
say that in character.
Alfred, I turn around with like my knife towards your throat and I say, it couldn't have been that easy.
Iowa's gonna dash through the hallway toward the elevator.
Describe to me how you dash.
Iowa's gonna limp down the hallway.
Oh right, you have a limp. I forgot.
I do. Iowa's going to, in his mind, he's going to dash, so he's gonna like do his best to just like try
yeah.
to disguise it. So I'm
Give me an agility check.
okay. 14 with my modifier.
Wow. You skip and limp down this hallway. Your cloven hooves clop against the tiled floor, and every time that you touch a black tile, a laser shoots at you. But you can really good the preternaturally good ability test here. So you quickly realize what's happening and course correct, clopping and limping along white tiles until you are at the elevator door.
I'm gonna yell from the end of the hallway, "It's fine, guys." I probably pissed myself somewhere in the midst of that. Like, just don't touch the black tiles.
Mallard's eyes are wide as dinner plates, and I just very daintily kind of like look down and just kind of start
White tile.
slapping my duck feet against the white tiles.
Meanwhile, I'm like vomiting.
Iowa, you notice that the lasers sometimes ricochet throughout this chamber. And as you're looking, the tiles actually go up the sides and the ceiling is tiled too. And the lasers are ricocheting and you can't tell when or why they stop.
Okay. Do we see this?
Yes.
Okay.
You probably see it better than Iowa, who sprinted through here without looking back.
And is now currently vomiting.
Yeah.
So are they are currently ricocheting.
Iowa, roll a D2 to tell me if you vomit onto a white tile or a black tile. A 2 is black.
Okay, hang on.
Oh shit!
I rolled a 2.
Hmm. Give me an agility test.
Oh no.
I rolled a 14 with my modifier.
You you vomit onto a black tile, and as you're retching, you like heave forward a little further than you meant, and the laser zips over your head, and you can see it it actually shoots through one of Iowa's horns and lops it off, and it clatters onto a white tile.
Iowa, are you okay?
I will be.
Oh, this really is like college. And then I start to try to like tiptoe with Bubala and Crady in tow onto the white tiles.
You know, Bubala and Crady is kind of a lot for you to be carrying. Why don't you give me a strength check?
Perfect. Okay.
A test. I'm sorry. Checks is Dungeons and Dragons talk. We're doing tests in MORK BORG.
Don't do that, Shrek.
Okay, so I got an 18 with my -1, or 18 -1, so that is
17.
a 17.
Yeah, it's slow going. You can hear the siren echoing, and you don't know when the Dark Wings are going to be here. But you are carefully under the weight of Bubala and Crady, making your way across the white tiles until you're at the elevator as well.
Perfect. Did I step on the P tile? I just need to know.
You didn't,
It's piss and vomit, unfortunately.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
which cancel each other out.
True. Everybody, yeah, that's
That's how
a
that
sign.
works.
It's a sign.
We all know that's
you
how that
know,
works.
As a medical professional, I can attest.
And I simply follow suit. I just watch everyone else go, and I'm just like, okay.
But how do you piss and vomit? Can you really describe it for me?
Oh,
with how you
God.
follow suit here? Okay, you're following suit. You're not trying to do anything fancy. You're not carrying a ton of stuff. So it's
white tiles.
It's pretty simple for you. Give me an agility check, a test with a lower difficulty.
That's a 20.
Damn.
Okay, you're good.
Love to see it.
If you ever get a natural 20, tell me, because there
Yeah,
are
no.
criticals and fumbles in this game.
No, that was a 20 with my modifier.
Okay. An unnatural 20.
An unnatural 20. A supernatural
That's what
20.
my table always called it, and then the internet, I found out, calls it a dirty 20. But,
Yeah.
Dirty
but
20.
I like the
unnatural.
pun of unnatural. Yeah. And I think that leaves us with only Mallard has to get across now, right?
Yeah. I'm really
Speak is
concerned
so
about
good.
the I'm really concerned about the Dark Wings
Mhm.
that have been summoned. And I look back and I'm like, I'm gonna close the door. Damn. I'm going to watch.
You
my
look into
back.
the sky,
Yes,
and
that.
you see that parachuting in on like flying squirrel suits are people who are landing at the top, and
Mhm.
some of them are coming down to land down here.
Okay. I turn to the family and I say, "We have company." And I will fire a crossbow shot at one that is like parachuting in closer to us.
Give me a presence test.
Can I not? Can I get?
Can you not?
No. Yeah. Can I just not?
You just
okay.
want to fire blindly?
No. No. My
Are we all
presence
in
is
the elevator?
-3.
No,
so-
he's
You're
still
all
at the doorway.
at the elevator except for Mallard.
Yeah. I see them coming down, and I say, "We've got company," and shoot one out. Oh, what is going on, guys? We are rocking it. That is a 19 -3 for 16.
Nice.
Okay, roll damage. You fire a crossbow bolt at someone who's parachuting in. Or I'm sorry, your crossbow shoots knives, right?
My crossbow shoots knives.
Sorry to ruin it. I feel like now is a good reveal for your knife bow.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, I will shoot my knife into the air, and I aim upward and fire it off. And it will. Oh, geez, I just stabbed my fucking computer screen. Okay, don't play with knives around your computer screens, kids. Anyways,
As long as it doesn't break,
it
you're
didn't,
okay,
it didn't.
right?
We're good. We're good. But
You'll
yeah,
remember this campaign forever by the hole in your monitor.
It definitely just fucking hit my computer monitor. Okay, that is right down the middle. 3 damage.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you shoot one and you hit it, it tears through its wing, and this guy goes careening like an oak leaf into the sea.
Okay. I hit one. And I
You
just
see
jump.
that the others are course correcting further away outside of the range of your knife crossbow at the
Mhm.
far end of the bridge.
Okay. Do we have any types of explosives? And I look over at, I guess who would be able to make explosives? I don't know. I don't know your classes very well.
I point at the car.
Hmm. Okay, well then I'm gonna immediately then, Alfred, since you were the driver, I'll go over. Alfred, get the car, drive it into the entryway.
It is in the entryway.
Like actually
It's-
in the doorway.
I
It's pretty
literally-
close. You're looking, and everyone else is waiting.
Yeah, we're all at the elevator,
at the
like
far end of the elevator, and the light is on, and they're all like staring at you,
Fuck.
like waiting for you to get over there.
Okay, well, fuck. Okay. I can't light my car on fire, but I really want to. I have like the lighter like flicking on and off, and I'll just sprint across to the elevator then.
You telling me that you, as a pyromaniac, are not lighting your car on fire?
It's like one of those things where it's like I really want to light my car on fire because I like fire, but I also really love my car.
Mm-hmm.
I would light anybody else's car on fire. Should I roll for this? Should I roll to see if I would light my own car on fire?
I
I
think
think
so.
it's time to roll.
Okay. What would this roll be? Would it be?
I don't know. None of these are quite right. The closest is presence, I think.
You mean strength, obviously.
Nah.
Damn it!
Strength of will?
Strength of will. What is going on? That is another 19 for a 16.
You are able to control your darkest impulses. You can decide whether or not you want to set your car on fire.
I grit my beak and I move on.
You deftly hop across the white tiles until you are at the elevator. And when you arrive, bing, and the doors slide open.
Anybody there? Like, I do the whole.
You enter the elevator and the doors close, and there is a massive column of buttons.
What floor are we on? Are we on the first floor?
One.
Consult the map.
The map says that there are a couple of floors. One is labeled with a $sign. Another is labeled with a gear. Yet another is labeled with what could be a Beagle Boy's mask. And yet another is labeled with a laser gun. There are also floors ranging from, it looks like -6 to 0, all the way up to 99. And then at 100 is like the Beagle Boy's mask.
I was gonna wipe my mouth and say, I would suggest we look into disarming the lasers. Now, if I had to guess, it's the floor with the laser gun on it.
Or squash.
Me!
Do you think you could reprogram the lasers to fire at the Dark Wings instead of us?
Yes.
I appreciate your fluidity with the answer.
I am a masterful mind.
But I agree. We should take out the lasers.
Let's go get the lasers. And I push the button.
Okay, you push the button for the laser gun and it lights up. Make an agility check.
I knew it!
Oh no.
Oh no!
All of us are just squashed.
Squash.
Okay.
Oh god, I wanted this to turn into the Resident Evil room.
Yeah.
I don't get this reference. I'm not really a Resident Evil guy.
19.
The movie.
It's a movie. Thanks.
No, I'm saying the movie versus the game.
Yeah, the first movie.
Yep.
There were
So
like
what-
12. There were like 12 of those movies.
Specifically the first one.
The very first one.
I got a 19.
Okay. Wait, quick. What? Tell me about the Resident Evil room. Tell me what I've accidentally
No!
arrived on
Oh
here.
no!
Oh no,
Okay,
no.
well, I don't want to tell you
No.
about the Resident Evil room now. It's-
Wait, hold on. Can you describe this? Can you describe this as though it were cube?
Cube. I can do
feel- yeah,
Cube.
I feel
can't
like-
do
actually
Resident
very
Evil. I can do
similar.
Cube.
Okay.
It's
there
very
you go.
similar.
Okay. The laser shoots. And it actually, you press the button and then you feel it before you see it really. The button feels like a crackle of static electricity, and you realize what's about to happen here as your finger kind of like lights like you just licked a battery, and you quickly duck, and the laser beam shoots behind your head and ricochets off the mirrored back wall where you can all see yourselves out the front door, down the path, and at the far end of the bridge, very distantly, you see a Darkwing fall over. And then,
You're
because there's a
welcome.
delay on noise, he hits the ground and you hear, ugh.
Look at that. I killed a guy. It was nice. I've never done that before.
I just slowly like
The first
take your
time for
hand with
everyone.
2 hands and pull it away from the the buttons.
Perhaps
like-
we should $sign then.
I think the floor with the gears is actually where we want to go. I was a bit too hasty in my judging. Turns
Perhaps.
out,
Perhaps,
Um,
yes.
maybe the gears. I feel like if we go directly to the
And I just-
vault,
Bonk.
I do like the whole like
Yeah, it's just like I
I
just
brace
reach from the
myself.
side and just think.
And I'm kind of
Yeah.
kind of just like staring at it like, yes, tell me your secrets.
You press the gear button, and then a panel opens up. The mirrored wall behind you opens up, exposing a bunch of mechanics.
Hmm.
I hit the gear button again.
No, open it back up. I don't mind if I do. Let me look at it. Yes.
Can you wait till we're not needing to use the elevator before you start pressing things?
No.
Good answer.
Good answer. Yeah, I mean, yeah, what did
And I reach
what did I
over
expect?
with my little feathered finger and I push open the gear
Mhm.
again.
The mirrors slide open and reveal all of the inner guts of this elevator.
Okay. So I want to know, is there anything that sticks out to me? Do you want me to roll presence?
Yeah, this is probably going to be a presence roll.
All right. That is 18 with my +2, so 20. A dirty 20.
Y'all are rolling like crazy tonight. You're using it all up in the first session.
Yep.
Let's see how the
Always
rest of the
do.
campaign.
Always do.
You're looking anything unusual or out of ordinary. Yeah, it seems like there's a limiter here. There's something attached to the police that is preventing you from gaining access to all of the weird buttons.
Okay. So I would like to take out my tools from Bubula
Mhm.
and a couple from Cratey. There's a couple of wires that I may or may not need.
Mhm.
And I want to start reprogramming.
Boobala opens up her belly and starts tearing out all of her wires. It looks like she's disemboweling herself.
Bubula, I thought we had something nice. What are you doing?
It is my time. Her eyes go dim. You have all of the parts that you need here.
Bubula sacrificed herself. for us.
I reach over
And
and I just like flick the Zippo lighter on.
My eyes
yes,
get wide.
we need a moment for Boobala, please. This
Is the door open still from the elevator?
The door is closed, but you do hear faintly the siren.
Is Boobala's robot corpse in my puddle of vomit?
No, you vomited outside the elevator.
Oh, okay.
okay, so I just frantically start like going to work and like pulling apart pieces from or like whatever Boobala pulled out and start like frantically like just putting everything together.
You hijack this elevator. You think that you have unlimited control, and it's also dimming out a bunch of lights and highlighting a bunch too. And Iowa, you're looking at the map, and it looks like it's corresponding roughly with the mapped and unmapped parts here. One other button you didn't notice before lights up. It's got a spider icon.
Don't push it.
We'll be avoiding that button.
Every one of us has just like an advert.
I kind of reach over and like once I'm done, I click the gear again and just let it.
There's a button beneath the $ button that at first looks like a button, and then you realize it's square instead of round. It's not a button exactly. It looks like an inaccessible floor, and on it is it looks like a worm with wings, like just a long squiggle and like a wing. But it's like not, you can't press it. Like you tap it and it's just like glass.
Don't like that.
What sequence is it like number 13 in the sequence?
It's let's see,
Of buttons.
yeah, you're looking the $, weirdly, there's a $, like at your level, kind of next to you, and then there's another one like way up at the top, and then the $, at your level, like you're at like the ground floor. Then there's over one is a $, then beneath that is this like square button with a squiggle with wings.
I kind of lean over to Iowa. Iowa, this is what you do. Make this make sense.
I am going to frantically push the $ button.
The bottom one or the top one?
The top one.
Okay. You press it and the elevator starts rising into the sky. You can feel that like a little bit of extra gravity is pushing down on you, and you can hear the music of the elevator. Do 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 do.
Starting to feel pretty good about this.
I'm picking up like the rest of Boobala's guts and putting it in Crady.
I'm getting like unrealistically angry at the music. It's just annoying,
Ooh.
unsavory. But then yeah, it gets to the part.
And then I take Boobala's head off and I put that in Crady.
Ooh.
I'm gonna hold the close button so the elevator doors don't open just yet.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna say, guys, I have an idea.
Hmm.
And out of my hip sack, I'm going to take my collapsible thurible out. And I'm going to say, Mallard, give me your lighter.
Let's get high.
This is not the time. And
Hold
he
on.
just kind of looks at you. He's, why?
You guys stay here, and I'm gonna light the thurible and throw. I'm gonna like take out a piece of cloth that I've got in my knapsack, and I'm gonna throw it over my head. I'm gonna say, "Hold your breath." Then I'm gonna light the thurible and open the elevator doors.
Why is Iowa the only one getting a cloth? And then like while you say that, like I just kind of breathe.
I just pull my scarf up over my nose.
I'm gonna slowly walk out of the elevator, swinging the thurible.
Okay.
I hold my beak.
Squash, give me a toughness check.
Oh, okay. That was a nat 20.
A nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta think of what a crit success on this looks like.
Maybe it's because I spent so much time in college.
May I say, this bodes horribly for our Mork board game.
It does.
I know, right?
It really does. It absolutely does. I expected to die, but
you take a big inhale inadvertently here, and when you do, your vision becomes clear, and riding in the elevator with you is another person you did not see. You look over your shoulder. They're wearing like a fedora slipped over their eyes and a cloak that's covered with many like painted eyeballs.
uh-oh.
Who the fuck are you?
You can see a hand is emerging from underneath the cloak,
Do any of us see this?
and then they step back through the mirrored wall and they disappear, and you're just looking at your reflection.
What in the fuck was that?
Did any of us see that?
Just Squash.
Just Squash? I turned to Squash. I'm like, I'm doing this, and I'm like, Squash. What are you
Mallard,
talking about? What's happening?
there was a duck.
Mallard, it's the drugs. It's the drugs.
I'm telling you it's not. It might be. I don't know. There was, and he looked at me and he said,
Iowa, you're coming out of the elevator swinging your thurible. You've fashioned a little hood here, and you hear a distant voice. You can't quite see it through the smoke, but you can hear this voice, and it says, "Ah, the priest comes now to bless your sacrifice, your great fall."
And I will look a little surprised, but only to myself, and then I'll just start chanting Nomine Patri et Spiritus Sancti. But as like an exhale, so I'm not breathing.
Oh,
in
you're trying to
anything.
breathe the smoke at them, or?
No, I'm just trying not to breathe any of it in.
Okay, yeah. That's gonna be tough. You're trying to sing while also not breathing.
Just kind of like the
No,
one
I'm
breath you
I'm
have.
chanting. I don't think that is the same thing.
I think I need a toughness check.
Is that let's see. Great. My modifiers are all 0. I rolled a 10.
Okay. You do your best to ration your breaths. But you know that anytime you handle this herb that you've been carrying with you for a while, it's impossible not to get a little glimpse of the other world. And you feel that your vision is starting to wobble a little bit, and in the distance, you see that there is a skeleton of a duck wearing a cloak. He's got a tall hat. He's got a scepter that's hooked. And several of these beagle boys are here. They look like they've seen better days.
I'm going to continue to walk forward, and I'll sort of motion behind me. I'll like, take the thurible in one hand and motion behind me for them to follow.
There, that's the signal.
I'll just exchange looks with Mallard, and then with the scarf up, I'm just gonna.
I'm still staring at this mirror.
Yeah.
pulling.
We exit and she's still just there looking.
We just
Y'all
kinda
are obscured in the smoke, so you don't know if you're visible yet or not.
Can I
Uh,
attempt to not be visible? Can I actually forwardly try to sneak in?
I don't think any of these stats are necessarily attached to sneaking. Maybe agility.
Agility would make the
I
most
was thinking
sense.
agility.
Yeah.
Okay, first time I don't have a -3 on a roll today. It's gonna be a 1. Here we go. It's a 17. What is going on? What is happening today?
I'm gonna mail you all dice that aren't loaded.
I'm using the dice I use to roll up my Mork Borg character, so
Oh.
they aren't loaded.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's proof.
Yeah, you meld into the shadows here, and you're getting a lay of the room. You see, there's a ring. You're coming down a hallway that's opening up into a ring, and there is a long walkway that appears to just end in nothingness. And there's just like a black pit. There are several gadgets here clattering along the walls. They look like little lobsters with light bulb heads. And then there's also a duck that looks skeletal. He's got a fanged beak. He's wearing a top hat, and he's got a bat-like cloak. The collar's high. And
What is
and
what
he's
is-
gesturing to you, Iowa, and says, "Come, bless this sacrifice."
I'm gonna walk forward, kind of caught up in what I'm doing, not really knowing where this is going, but
Mhm.
I'll walk forward and stand in front of this altar.
While that's happening, while we're kind of occluded by the smoke, I'm gonna just whisper quietly to Mallard, "What sacrifice?"
obscuring everything.
You see that there are several young ducks here that are dressed in furs that they've gathered. One has a dead raccoon on their head. And they look to be part of some club of some kind, and they are using pocket knives to start nudging the Beagle Boys down this walkway into the abyss.
Never mind.
So I very because I'm assuming I'm being dragged by.
No, I was definitely gonna say all right, Squash, you're gonna, and I turn around, I'm like, Squash.
Mallard.
Probably have to let go you probably have to let go of Squash to go into stealth here.
Okay, so is Alfred holding on to my
Yes.
collar? Okay, Alfred.
What?
Listen to me. I saw. Okay.
Iowa, you're waving your sensor here and filling this air with smoke. And you see the Beagle Boys, they've been stripped of their masks that they wear. Their red sweatshirts and their blue jeans have faded to a dull uniform gray with age. They look emaciated, like maybe they've been prisoners here for a long time. And this skeletal duck sees you wave your sensor over them and says, "Good, now you will be a meal for the Midas worm."
Are they tied together, or are they just kind of free?
Nope. They look like they're so emaciated that they've given up. They don't look like they have any will to live anymore, and that they could be overtaken even by these children with pocket knives.
Okay. I will I will walk up to the Beagle Boys and kind of
Mhm.
say toward the skeleton duck, before this sacrifice takes place, they must receive communion. Their souls must be cleansed. Lest the meat be putrefied upon ingestion.
No. The breadcrumbs are only for ducks. These are dogs. And the woodchucks are starting to gesture. Yeah, and he's like, Huey, Dewey, Louie, begin. And they're and these three like little ducks are like prodding them with knives, and the Beagle boys are going down this plank, and he one of the little ducks jabs one in the butt with a knife, and he like yelps and jumps and like hangs in the air for a second and then plummets. Oh!
I'm going to look over at the Huey, Dewey, Louie, and swing my thurible kind of in their direction, like overhead, attempting to strike the nearest one.
Okay, sounds like a surprise attack. I think you'll just get it. You'll crack one of them in the head here. Roll damage. An improvised weapon is a D4.
And then while that's going on, I'm still like looking at Alfred. I'm like,
Yeah.
Alfred,
What?
I saw a duck, and he had eyes on his cloak. And he told me, shh, shh,
I
listen.
don't know what to do with that.
I rolled a 4.
He melded into the mirror. Be wary of mirrors.
Good
You
advice.
roll 4. Got it. And then let me check a rule that I'm unfamiliar with that D&D doesn't have, but MORK BORG has: morale. Most enemies will not fight to the last drop of blood. Roll morale if the leader is killed, half the group is eliminated, or a single enemy has only a third of its HP left. If you roll greater than the creature's morale value with 2d6, it is demoralized. Roll to see if the monster flees or surrenders. Okay, so I am going to roll 2d6. I don't have d6s here. I'll roll in roll 20. You roll
For those
greater
that
than the
don't see
creature's
it,
morale
that is an
value.
11
Okay,
out of 12.
it's demoralized. And I'm rolling 1d6 to see what it does. Yeah, this duck looks surprised and is running past you down this walkway towards the elevator.
Towards
and when they
us.
get into the elevator, towards through the smoke, past
Mhm.
y'all. You can definitely tee off if you want.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Out
I'll
of the
let you get the
smoke,
first
your
hit. I'll let
sword
you get the first hit.
emerges and cuts the head off of this duck.
Boom.
The head rolls into the elevator,
Oh.
and taps against the mirror. I think this is where we'll roll initiative.
Okay.
Before we get started, how does this happen? Does this play out in like cinema time where everything takes like 20 seconds longer to actually occur? So like, could Iowa Jackson potentially do this, turn around and try to catch the plummeting Beagle Boy with his whip?
That could be a first action. So I guess you've got a thurible in one hand, a whip on your hip. First, let's roll initiative. I rolled a d6. 1 to 3, the enemies begin first. 4 to 6, the player characters begin first. I rolled a 5. So you all start. So now you're going to roll a d6 and add your agility bonus to determine what order each of you go in.
Right. I assume I go first with a 1.
I got a 1.
I rolled a 6 with my modifier.
We got 2
Six.
1s and 2 6s.
Okay.
Beautiful.
High five.
High five.
I will let you go first, actually.
Okay.
Since
So
it was already the order we went in anyway, it makes sense.
I will pivot on my good hoof and unfurl my whip down that hole in the ground to try to catch the beagle boy before he plummets to his death.
Sounds like an agility check. Test. Gotta use the game's language.
Yes.
Sounds like you're testing your agility.
14 with my modifier.
Yeah, you whip him,
Yeah.
and he is
Whip it good.
he is hanging over the abyss, and you're doing your best to keep him from plummeting.
Okay, I'm gonna try to reel
Okay.
it in.
Alfred, you're up.
I'm going to, since we got the element of surprise there, I'm going to yell, "Mallard to arms! Adventure!" And I'm going to charge towards the skeletal duck with my sword out.
Rodell
Ooh,
Quack!
okay.
For Del Quack!
Yeah.
And I would like to try to slash him.
I would love to see cinematically, like my mind, like building the scene.
That's
The head.
Go
I was gonna say the head goes, flying off into the elevator, but the body like flumps down and falls out of the smoke for everybody else to see. And
yeah.
it's headless.
Yeah.
And then I just come charging out of the smoke with my
Yeah.
sword. So it's a strength roll, correct?
Yes.
All right,
A melee attack would be a strength check.
So I have a
Test.
16.
You get a 16.
Yep, 16 flat because I have a plus 0 to my strength.
Yeah. Okay. You hit the undying miser.
And I roll a d6 for damage, which is a 4.
Okay. Because of his good fortune, he takes 1d4 less damage. This functions like armor.
Gotcha.
So I'm rolling a d4. A 3. So he's taking 1 damage.
Okay.
You see that your Quackscalibur, right? Quackscalibur, you swing true, but you see that you all that you managed to accomplish here, you get it between his ribs, and you twist the blade, cracking them just a bit. He brandishes his cane towards you. Ah!
Rob.
Perfection.
Rob.
What? Next, Mallard and Squash decide who goes first.
Squash, be my guess.
Really? Okay. I'm assuming that I have programmed Crady to follow me.
Mhm.
So I am going to take my Zweihanda.
You had that.
What?
Flippity gibbet.
Flippity gibbet. Flippity gibbet. Del Quack, help me. And then I like haphazardly try to swing it.
I feel like this is
Yeah.
like someone taking like a 8-foot long 2x4 and trying to swing it at someone. It was just kind of like
Yeah.
drop.
So
Well,
you're
that's
gonna
kind
you're
of
gonna
It's
make
done by
a
gravity.
you're gonna make a strength test.
Okay. It's gonna be fine.
You like go to swing the hammer and it carries you back.
You end up back in the elevator.
I got a 1. Oh no!
A natural one.
Yes.
Oh.
Actually, no. Without the natural 1, it's a whole 0. I got nothing.
You rolled a 1 on the dice.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That
You can't
is
see it.
a fumble.
Squash. Squash.
On a natural 1,
Squash gets
a
squashed.
weapon breaks or is lost.
I just throw it, don't I?
No.
Yeah.
That-
You
I just
please,
throw it.
Please tell me it goes into the abyss.
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. You Flibbity
No.
gibbet, the ancient heirloom of Clan Del Quack, destined to one day strike down the greatest of merchant emperors. Designed for execution, designed to cut the heads from the capitalist body.
So they say. I've never seen it.
You run mightily forward, Crady trailing behind you for moral support. And as you swing, it slips from your grip and sails into the shadows. Distantly, you hear a clinking. You're not sure what that's about.
Had I pulled that beagle boy up in time?
There's only half of a boy left.
Cuts his head from his body. Your whip is holding his head.
I was just imagining it like just pin cushions him in the store. We like, hey, we get it back.
Is this a fumble or not? I don't know how to classify this anymore.
Well,
after many seconds, you hear a metal on metal sound that's echoing up. Mallard.
fuck.
I just squash. Why did you bring that along? Oh, I run through the shadows and attempt to backstab the one that I guess Alfred was attacking as well.
Okay, that appears to be something of a vampiric duck, all skeleton, all duck bones, a fanged beak, a bat-like cloak.
I will leap from the shadows. I will take my crossbow knife gun and I will turn it downwards and just stab it into him.
Okay. It sounds like a melee attack.
Yeah, we're going melee.
Give me a strength test.
Okay. 16 flat.
16 flat, that's good. You're going to roll damage, and I am going to apply his damage reduction of a d4.
Okay.
Backstab. Woo.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Did you happen to roll a 0 on that d4? Because I would appreciate that.
I rolled a 2.
Well, I rolled a 1.
Great. Your knife would definitely strike true were this a living creature. Instead, it slides into the gap between two ribs.
What kind of
and
foul
then-
creature is this?
A foul creature.
I was wondering if anybody would catch it.
Someone prepped his puns today.
I
His
just saw the
head
teeth.
turns. His head turns and he locks eyes with you. Where there would be eyes, you see 2 silver coins.
Ah. Well, damn.
Now it's the enemy's turn. I don't roll. You make defense checks.
Mhm.
You defend with agility. Remember that you may or may not have armor, so you also get a damage reduction, just like this creature has. First, let's see. We've got some Beagle Boys. 2 of them appear to be rallying at the sight of you. They never thought they had any chance at salvation, and here they are. They're going to start fighting back. 2 of them are becoming embroiled with 2 of these scouts with pocket knives. They look tied up here. And that means that the merchant emperor is turning his attention to you, Alfred,
Okay.
as the one person who has wounded him.
Okay.
Give me an agility test to defend yourself.
All right. So that is I have to do this because my armor reduces my agility test for dodging, but I also have a +3 agility, which evens out to a 13.
Good. Okay. You dodge his hooked cane. Okay. And then you see that he gestures over with an open skeletal duck hand. When the bones are exposed, they're long and spindly and thin. No feathers left on him. And as he gestures, the headless corpse rises.
Sorcery.
The head itself also starts rolling across the floor.
Back from the elevator.
Shit,
Mhm.
this is bad.
Someone who's closest to that head rolling right now?
Squash.
They're running over and blindly the body is attacking I think you, Mallard. So give me an agility test for defense
That is
at a reduced difficulty since it can't see.
Ooh, okay. So what am I aiming? Well, okay. First off, I get a -2 movement because of my, oh no. Oh, oh.
Okay.
That's a 2. That's a 2.
A 2. Great. Okay. Then a pocket knife blindly sinks into your side. Roll a d4 for the damage against you.
Okay, for the damage against me?
Yeah, I'm just
okay.
gonna have to make it extra masochistic. I'm gonna make you roll the damage you take.
Yeah, it's a 1, and then I can
Okay.
reduce damage with armor.
Yep, and then if you have light armor,
The 1, but yeah,
okay, they cancel out.
right,
So you take no damage.
right.
A pocket knife sinks into your side, but your armor catches it.
Nice.
He sinks into when he like goes to stab me, like my pocket square. It kind of is 3-dimensional in my armor, and it sticks in between my pocket square, and I twist to the side, and the knife gets kind of deflected off.
The knife is torn from his hand. It goes clattering across. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then I think we're at the top of initiative here, and Iowa, it's your turn again. You've got a Beagle Boy hanging from your whip.
Don't I have a Beagle Boy's head hanging from my whip? Like, was that established?
Nah. We'll the Zweihander sunk into the pit, but your Beagle Boy is fine.
All right.
I should clarify when my dramatic Claire is just jokes.
Just jokes. I'm going to like frantically reel in this Beagle Boy.
Mhm.
I will say, like, I probably dropped my thurible at this point, and it's just,
Okay.
spewing
Smoking
whatever
on
like
the-
vestiges of smoke is left.
Mhm.
And I'll get the Beagle Boy to the top and like untangle my whip. What's the closest threat to me? Is it Scrooge?
You've got the Merchant Emperor is here, and then 2 of these kids who are dressed as like scout rangers are tangling with some Beagle Boys, and the Beagle Boy that you reel up is running towards them to try and even the odds. So you've got your pick. No one's really paying attention to you anymore, but the Beagle Boy kind of like bows his head respectfully as in thanks as he's like running past you.
Okay. So I have a bear trap that I happen to bring along, that I'm going to like spend some time getting ready, and I will sort of throw it at the Merchant Emperor.
Okay. You're just gonna open this bear trap and try and throw it at the Merchant Emperor?
Yeah.
I think you'll need your turn to prep it.
I'm sorry. Can we talk about that
Yeah.
reaction? Like, yeah, Rob, did I
Obviously.
fucking stutter?
I'm not here to tell you if your ideas are good or bad. I'm just here to carry out the consequences.
For a
Damn
good
straight.
time, not a
Sorry,
long time.
That was so powerful. I loved it.
Yeah,
Looking,
love.
yeah.
I live. We need that clipped. I'm sorry.
Yeah, definitely.
please.
Unfortunately, you did not bring a duck trap.
It's an animal trap, okay? It doesn't
It
discriminate.
only works on bears.
You spend your turn. It only works on bears. You spend your turn setting the bear trap and devising some weird way to frisbee it. Alfred, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna swing heartily with Quackscalibur.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to take this duck out.
This mother ducker.
That is
I
a
like
17 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And
I'm gonna roll this d4.
that is a 5.
Okay. I
Damn
rolled a
it.
4, so
One
Still
damage
one
at a time.
damage.
One damage at a
one
time.
damage. And then we've got Mallard, and then Squash.
How far away from this pit of emptiness are we?
The tussling is between you and the pit. But on the other side of the tussling is Iowa. Iowa is like looking kind of you see Iowa's currently laying a trap on this like plank that goes out over the abyss. It looks pretty precarious over there.
I want to try to Sparta kick him into the trap.
Scrooge?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, give me a kick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call this difficult, I think. It's a little more than normal.
I don't know if this is gonna do it, y'all. That is a 15.
15 succeeds.
Ooh.
Yeah. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo.
Does it say Selena, does it say how much your trap does damage wise?
It doesn't.
It
No.
does in
Okay.
the Mork Borg book.
Does it?
I'll
Okay.
take a
Yeah,
look.
because I have one for my other character.
Oh, I see.
Hold on. I got you.
Okay. I will carry on. We've got the trap. One of his the webs have long since rotted off his bony foot. But it is stuck now in the trap over the plank here. And I will roll his damage reduction for this. Another 4.
Yeah.
Guys rolling good on his armor.
He's good.
The bear trap does. Where is it? Come on. 1d8.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right, Selena, roll a d8 for your bear traps damage.
Get above a 4. Get above a 4.
I got a 3.
Hmm. Still, his foot isn't a bear trap, and that's nothing to scoff at.
Nothing
I
to
look-
quack at.
Wow. It was good. It was good. I was about to make my own little pun, and I was going to say, "This is Del Quack," as I kick him.
And then Squash, you're up, and then it's the bad guy's turn.
So my loss of Flippity Gibbet has rendered me a little upsetty spaghetti.
Would you
Okay.
say you were demoralized?
A little bit, but still, I'm gonna say, Critty, my warhammer. And so I take out this warhammer that I have.
Okay.
And
Yeah, like it looks like a golf bag on wheels.
yeah, just kind of throws it out at me.
Mhm.
And I want to swing and I want to kind of like swing it down on the plank and like snap the plank.
Ooh, provocative.
Yes.
Send him tumbling.
That sounds
into
like
the
a
abyss.
strength. That sounds like a
Teamwork,
strength
teamwork,
test.
Teamwork,
Okay. All
teamwork.
right. Okay. That's a 9 minus 1, so it's an 8.
Okay. You run over and you slam your warhammer on the plank. You run through the smoke to get over there. And as you come through the smoke and you're swinging your warhammer and you hit this plank and the whole thing vibrates, you see that Scrooge is not the only one on this plank. Iowa is on it too.
No!
Iowa, give me an agility test.
No!
Oh, God.
I don't want
Iowa,
to say.
Don't.
You don't want to
Do I-
say it's that
Do I
good?
have to
You don't want to
say?
embarrass everyone with how good it was?
No!
With my modifier, it's a 5.
Ah,
Uh-oh.
oh no.
Woo woo.
Ooh.
Oh no!
You slip off of the plank and begin tumbling down the black pit.
Wait, I still have my whip in my hand.
Mhm.
I'm gonna.
Balrog this shit.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Okay.
Hell yes.
It's-
Look, I will sacrifice myself too. I am pretty fucking close to this thing. So if you can't hit him, you can 100% hit me.
We'll get to you when it's your turn again.
Ready.
Squash has just tried to topple y'all. Scrooge got a 16. So Scrooge manages to keep his composure. It seems like the weight of the bear trap has weighted him down safely on this plank. But he spends his turn prying at it, trying to get free. He's using his hooked cane for leverage, and he's struggling with it a bit. It's about this time that a beagle boy kicks one of the junior woodchuck scouts into the pit. He sees what you did, Mallard, and likes it. And one of the beagle boys goes sailing past you, Iowa.
Beagle Boy or one of the ducks?
Sorry, one of the junior woodchucks goes sailing past you, Iowa. As you get a moment of like hang time in the air here.
If there's anything I want to be when I play this game, it's a role model, really.
For the kids.
I want
For the kids.
For all the kids watching.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You too can kick somebody into the abyss.
You just have to believe enough. Okay. Iowa, you have a moment of cartoonish anti-gravity as you hang in the air here. You've got your whip in your hand. And you are making, let's call it strength. Crush, lift, strike, grapple.
Is there anything I can do at the edge of this pit to assist in any way? Or is Mork Borg like, fuck you?
Do you want to spend your turn trying to help out here?
Ah, fuck. Yeah, she's family, dude. She's like
Yeah. All right.
We are a house.
We are family.
We are family, and I will absolutely.
Woohoo.
All right.
Oh, you're breaking my mask again.
I rolled.
You run over and reach out a hand. We'll lower the difficulty on this.
Got this. You got this, Iowa.
I rolled an 8, but I'm gonna spend an omen.
An omen.
Omen!
Yes. And
Yes.
one of our overlooked Mork
Yes.
Borg
To
mechanics here.
reroll.
Finally.
Way to
Omens are
go.
on page 38. Okay. Omens. Clearly the eyes of other powers are upon you, eldritch watchers, or tangled fates of alternate worlds. Call it luck if you like. Every class gains a number of omens. Okay, you can spend these. They're kind of like fate dice or hero points to lower difficulties, to neutralize crits or fumbles, to lower the damage you take, to reroll dice. So how do you want to spend this?
I'm gonna spend it to reroll.
To reroll. Okay.
I rolled a 17.
Hey!
Yes.
You extend your whip, aiming for whatever purchase you can find, and you miss the plank at first. You see it goes far, but at the last possible moment, Mallard runs over and reaches out a hand, and your whip is wrapped around it. And the oath-sworn Titan, the tall butler who protects your clan, of which you are a member of its phone family, grabs you, and you are hanging over this diving board into the abyss beneath you.
I'm just as he's got me by the whip, just like kind of swinging in the air. I just start vomiting.
You're not a screaming goat. You're not a fainting goat. You're a vomiting goat.
Yeah.
I would like to follow this cinematic moment up by pulling out my slingshot and trying to hit Scrooge and knock him in.
Yeah. Okay.
That is a unnatural 20, and my DR is lowered by 2 on presence rolls.
Okay. Yeah. You shoot him squarely in his top hat. For a maximum pushing him off the center of gravity.
Amazing.
And let's see. His top hat goes flying, and he goes off the edge. But the chain attached to the bear trap is wrapped around this board, and he's swinging down underneath, hanging on like a piece of chain that's tangled on the board, and he crashes into your body, Iowa. The two of you are both hanging from underneath this thing. One of Scrooge is like wrapped around it on the tether of your bear trap, and Mallard is on top, hanging with you beneath.
Okay.
Are we still in initiative?
Who's up? Yeah, who's up? What's
Let's
the
see.
initiative order?
Mallard, you already went, so it's squash. And while you're down here, Iowa, this merchant emperor is bumps into you and is face to face with you and says, "You've come for me money or something of mine. It looks like I'm in a position to negotiate."
So calm.
I'm imagining he's saying this while he's like covered in my vomit from earlier.
Many before ye have tried. I admit, this is the furthest any clan has made it. What clan are you again?
I'm gonna reach forward and like grab him by the what is it called? Like the neckerchief.
Collarbone.
Yeah, he's got like collarbones. He's got a clasp for his cloak. It's hanging upside down right now.
And I will say, it's still quack. And we want the sarcophagus.
Del Quack. He's pointing up, but you're upside down, so he's pointing down into the abyss. A treasure I haven't thought about in many years. It's down there with the Midas worm.
Quit quacking around. How do we get down there?
I always just dive.
Of course.
Can I hear this like conversation in this echo, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it's echoey enough that y'all can hear this.
Okay. I kind of want to peek over the side and be like, hello? Does that mean my sword's down there?
Aye.
Okay. And then, so hear me out, because this is going to be a little wild. I would like to try to like launch my propelled Bunsen burner and like hang on to it and like float down safely.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
What do I need to roll for that?
You don't need to roll. That just happens.
Raven, you're my hero.
Thank you.
That was excellent. That was excellent.
MORK BORG uses like kind of a brief like 60-second sidebar here. A lot of these old school games, they want you to roll less rather than more. So like clever ideas or things that just kind of feel right, you can like bypass traps and things through like clever interaction with the environment without having to roll whatsoever. And I think that this is just, you're using the resources you have. It's a clever use of your abilities. Yeah, it just happens. You don't need to make a roll.
Perfect. So I'm gonna float down there and be like, hey, jump on.
It's long. It's a long descent.
He's just
Okay.
floating past us.
Yeah.
It's like,
And like I'm holding out like a flipper to you. So you can like hold on to me if you want to.
So
Come.
yeah, we've got you're floating down. I don't know how Iowa, Alfred, and Mallard are gonna float down. You're not sure that your Bunsen burner can support everyone.
Yeah.
can we go out of initiative at this point?
I think so. And unless is anybody still looking to fight here?
The only thing I'm concerned with is the other nephews.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
are they
but
doing?
the Beagle boys are kind of taking care of them, right?
Yeah, they're like tied up with the Beagle boys here.
Okay.
And it looks like they're neck and neck. But when they see Scrooge, they stop and they hold up their hands.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I was wondering.
They've got they're still like holding their knives defensively.
Yeah.
But they're seeing a hostage situation here and they don't want to disrupt that.
I'm just gonna turn and look at Mallard, pull out my grappling hook, and just be like, and hook it on something, and then just start lowering myself down into the pit.
Is there any way
Just
for me
repelling.
to like disconnect myself and Scrooge from the plank?
Scrooge looks like he is wrapped up in some chain attached to your bear trap. You are being held by Mallard right now.
I mean, Scrooge just said he usually just dove. So
Mhm.
I'm assuming there's some sort of like one of those like big blow up mattresses that stuntmen dive into at the bottom. So
Okay.
I'm gonna look up at Mallard and Alfred,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna say, "Fly, you fools!" And I'm gonna let go.
No!
Yes.
And you're gonna let go. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn it, you
Uh,
guys are too good at this.
You're falling through the darkness, and far in the distance, beneath you, you see nothing at first. But as you descend, there are torches lining this long pit. And the closer you get, the more you see in the distance what looks like a dim star. As you get closer, it's like the whole sky in this distant point is full of stars that are glittering against the torchlight. And then as you get closer still, you realize it's a bunch of gold coins at the bottom of a pit, a vault so full of more money than you could possibly imagine. And it gets closer and closer, and you slam into it and you die. You spatter against this, and you were just a massive pool of duck blood.
Oh my
Well, I was a goat, actually.
Of goat blood. I'm
blood.
sorry.
Goat
So
blood.
we're summoning Baphomet. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. I see. I am well versed.
Your broken
No.
body hits all of the coins, and
Jesus.
you pop like a little cartoon goat balloon.
No.
Oh my god.
Mallard
Okay,
is like,
and I'm like floating down there, and then I see this and hear this cacophony of sound that just
oh.
vibrates my entire being, and I'm like, Iowa, why would you do that? That was stupid. Now you are dead.
What? What? Did you say
I can't even give you a cybernetic body. There's nothing left.
And I'm like rappelling down. I'm like,
Rise, Duck Vader.
You said we're out of initiative, yes? I will say
I'm assuming like from my disembodied head, like my last like gasp is just whoo.
so the breath coming out of your like lungs like
Yes.
passes by your lips.
My
And
death
it-
rattle.
Yeah, it lets out.
death
Wash,
bleat.
as you're slowly descending, you see shifting amongst the coins, and and beneath a wave of them, Iowa's body disappears, sinks beneath it. You also see the body of one of these junior woodchuck rangers disappear as well. All of the blood and flesh kind of sinks into the gold, and you can see a shifting there, like Bugs Bunny going through the ground, and you can see the trace of it. Yeah, like that.
Do I see my Zweihander?
Yes, your Zweihander is sticking out of a pile. There are many treasures littered here. There's a lamp. There are all kinds of coins. There are giant gems. You see a harp, and you see a green sarcophagus.
Okay. I would like to try to retrieve my Zweihander. I can't say it without saying it like that. I'm sorry. Without like touching the ground while I'm still kind of like floating. And like simultaneously like shouting upward, like, this is not ideal.
Sounds like a strength check to me.
Yes, it does.
Strength test.
Okay. Well, fuck. Bro, I'm leaving. I got a 1.
A natural 1?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Goodbye, cruel world. I love you. Remember me for my inventions. They were delightful.
Your hand slips from the Zweihander and from your hovering Bunsen burner at the same time. And you plummet into the gold. It is slippery beneath your feet, and you try to find purchase and get up, and it's hard. Everything's sliding around against you. And we will take a look at Alfred and Mallard.
So I was rappelling down the pit.
Yeah, you're rappelling down. You see enough grappling points lining this thing that you can safely kind of like swing down bit by bit. Mallard, you are holding the empty whip that Iowa Jackson has treasured so dearly.
I do have to ask, because it is such a far distance, was I able to hear either the splatter or at least the calls of a squash being like, this is not ideal?
Yes, you can. It's very distant, but you can hear that. You definitely hear like, oh, there's nothing left. I can't even make a cyborg body for you.
Yeah, okay. I do the point blank turn on my back and like lift my arms up in the air, and I'm like, Iowa! And I shoot a couple knives into the air, so I'm down 2 knives. But as I see this freaking duck that is hanging from this plank still, I will waffle stomp the plank to try and fucking break it.
Okay. Sounds like a strength test.
It does. Let's see. 12?
12. A 12 is a normal difficulty. There's plenty of weight here. You're a titan. You're big. Yeah, you stomp this thing, and it hangs in the air for a second, and then you and Scrooge and the bear trap all start plummeting.
Hey, Mallard.
Yeah.
I yell as you're plummeting towards me at this point. I'm
Okay.
like, you're a mallard.
Can I attempt to flutter?
What would a flutter? Well, it says here that toughness is surviving falling.
Oh, okay. I'm down with that. I have a little bit of toughness.
I think we're making a really hard toughness check.
Ooh.
Or maybe depending on how far you get. Well, you have a little bit of time. You're falling 99 floors. So you have some time to decide. But depending on if you come up with anything clever here, it might get the difficulty rating might lower from 18 should not be possible to something else.
Okay.
And there's always the chance that you just hit that should not be possible and
yeah.
live at the bottom anyway.
Yeah.
Like those like
I
miracle
do have a
parachuting stories you hear
+1.
about.
I have a +1 to toughness. So it's only
Okay, so you only need to roll
17.
a 17.
Any thoughts?
I mean, so
Alfred, maybe
Bunny is floating upward.
I'm just thinking, you're a duck. Wide wings.
I'm a duck covered in armor.
Take the armor off. You have time. 99 floors.
You just gotta undo your metal bow tie.
Can I attempt to get out of my armor? Now, I understand this means that when I get to the bottom, I won't have armor. But can I attempt to get out of my armor in 99 floors?
Yeah, there's like this crazy, like, I mean,
Cartoon physics.
Cartoon physics.
and real physics, where at some point between like 101 in the middle, it's like if you fall like after 60 floors, you're dead. But if you fall any higher than that, you've got some like crazy time to like right yourself.
So what do you think, Goose Master? What's the verdict here?
Yeah, you're trying to strip off all your armor here. Yeah, I think that would lower the difficulty a little bit.
Okay, I will.
You've got some time.
Myself of armor.
Mhm.
I will have a fig leaf covering my bits as I strip my armor off, and then attempt to flutter.
Okay, you attempt to flutter. Make a toughness test.
All right, come on, +1, baby. Hot dice, hot dice, hot dice. Ah! That's a fucking natural 1.
Oof.
I'm telling you.
What the? No!
I think your luck's run out.
I think all of ours has.
Fuck, why?
You used it all up on the way here.
Oh.
Oh no.
Your pieces of armor are all oh yeah, Matt,
Yeah,
Dungeon Glitch in chat is like, hey Omen, you can re-roll a fumble with an Omen. Good looking out, Matt.
Omen. Matt, yeah, Dungeon Glitch. Okay, are you subscribed to the channel? Because I'm gonna fucking we're definitely gifting.
You
that
are
sub.
now.
You're gifting that. We're gifting that sub. We are omening that for sure. We're gonna try and re-roll it. We're gonna try and re-roll it. All right, here we go. Using my literally one omen. I am 100% gifting this sub. That is an 18 + 1 for a 19.
It should not be possible. But you flutter safely. You're tumbling, you're head first. You don't know how to right yourself. The inevitable is coming. You are about to be killed by money.
Dude,
Are we all?
so out of character. I am so fucking sweaty right now.
But you roll, you right yourself. You begin flapping frantically, and gracefully you land atop of a pile of gold. You feel it sliding beneath you. You can see that there's a ring where something is moving underneath the gold. You test your legs. You don't know how they're still working.
Am I dead yet? Because I want to know if he's looking at my body.
Looking at
no,
what's left of my body.
none of you are dead yet. But we're nearing the end.
Except the one that is actually.
Oh, yeah.
obliterated.
Sorry, except the one who's actually dead. Sorry, Selena.
When he lands, and I'm just gonna be like, while I'm
Don't
repelling,
look at me.
I'm just gonna be like, oh, I didn't think that would work.
Wow.
I'm frantically.
Grab one, Hook. Way to go.
I'm gonna grab like a golden plate and just like put it over my crotch.
You're a duck. You have a cloaca. Nothing
I'm
can
gonna
be
put it-
seen here.
I'm gonna put it over my cloaca.
Donald Duck's always pantless. You're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, cloacas are basically just hidden. So
I have a shred
yeah.
of decency left. Please. Let me have this.
So you are all at the bottom of the vault here, and high above you can hear a rasping laughter as Scrooge is undoing the bear trap as he is falling past you, And unlike the rest of you, he's a trained diver. He hits the gold and disappears into it, right underneath. He's laughing all the way.
Well, that's cheating.
And he says, enjoy the company of the Midas worm.
And I just...
I want to do something different. I would like to try to charm this worm.
You don't see it yet.
Not yet, but I'm assuming that I'm kind of feeling it, and now I'm putting 2 and 2 together since
it's starting to rumble.
Yep. So I'm kind of like digging a little bit, trying to find it, and I'm like doing the little woo, 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 wormy.
You feel the rumbling is growing greater and greater, and emerging out of the gold is a worm, a big tube with an open maw, and you can see bits of poor Iowa are trapped in its teeth. It's got blind vestigial eyes. And as the body is starting to emerge out, it's a long, thin body with vestigial little wings here that have it's been long since this worm has used its wings. And as it rises higher and higher, you can see it's munching on Iowa's body, and you can see like a big lump moving through a snake. It is sliding through its whole body until it comes to 2 round, supple butt cheeks on the worm. And as this lump of Iowa is moving through, you hear a tooting noise, and a stream of gold coins shoots out of the butt into the pile of gold here. And Iowa has been digested into money.
Ah, yes. Those
worm.
cheeks. Those are
Midas
some
worm.
nice cheeks. I'm trying to like at this
It's
point, like
it's a long worm.
yeah, I'm trying to like compliment it and like charm this thing.
Yeah. So if you want to wield powers, this is a presence test.
Yes.
I'm fucking.
You are making a difficulty rating 12 presence test. Failure means the power doesn't work and you take D2 hit point damage and become dizzy for an hour and cannot use powers for that hour.
Yep. Okay, that's fine.
If you roll a nat 1, you fumble and an arcane catastrophe happens.
Okay.
You got this. It's fine.
I still have 2 omens
You
that I
got
forgot
omens.
about.
You got omens. You got
Okay.
omens.
Okay.
I'm gonna use an omen, thank you.
Now, I have a question. Don't you only have 1 hit point?
Yep, and that's
Yep.
exactly why I'm going to use an omen. Thank you very much. Because I'm not going to say I rolled a nat 1 for the 3rd time in a row, but I might
Really?
have.
God.
So,
Oh God.
dear dice gods, please help me.
I have a
Okay,
so question.
Get to you in just a sec, Selena.
that's a 10 plus 2 presents.
That's a 12, so you make it.
I was holding my fucking breath for like a minute.
Okay, Raven.
Yes.
So you are using a scroll here, right? You are using
Tongue of Eris.
Tongue of Eris, a creature of your choice, is confused for 10 minutes. You have confused the Midas worm. You see it's looking around wildly, blindly, and it starts devouring treasure. It seems to think that various treasures are people. It's jumping in and out of the gold, eating things, and it gets to a couple. It eats a giant crystal egg, and then you see it raises its head out and it sets its sights on a green sarcophagus.
I kind of just like motion.
Selena, what was your question?
I'm sorry. Were all of my items also devoured and turned into coins?
Some of them might be left behind. Roll 1d4.
That is a 4.
Okay. Pick 4 things that were cast from your body as it like popped into
Stop.
various pick 4 things that were thrown away from your corpse that that everybody notices.
Okay. So I also had a scroll.
Mhm.
I had these. It was a the scroll, an unclean scroll, the daemon of capillaries. So I choose that. Lard.
Lord, okay.
And let's see. Caltrops and the mirror.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, when you hit, there's an explosion of sparkly spikes as your caltrops all go flying. I'm sure that won't come back to bite someone in the foot.
No, not at all.
Kind of like Legos. Lego.
Yeah, for
Sorry,
real.
forgive me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the plural of Lego is
I
Lego.
was gonna say that's a cardinal sin. Take that back.
Not bad. Not trying to, cross any boundaries here.
Okay. Let's keep the same initiative, just to keep it moving.
Okay.
Okay. You've got the Midas worm. All this is happening, and we need a couple turns from Alfred and Mallard. A lot's happened here.
Okay.
Let's give you like 2 turns apiece.
So I've still been repelling, and I'm
Mhm.
like hanging from this rope and like above the mounds of gold.
Yeah.
Do I think I could? How big is the worm?
It doesn't. It's not apparent at first, but it's rising and rising, and it keeps rising.
Well, I mean more like around. How big is the worm?
Big enough to wrap its mouth around an entire duck.
But beheadable, theoretically.
It's hard to tell where head begins and body ends, but
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So
you
if
could
I
snicker snack that
if I
bitch.
could wanted to swing through the air, release, pull the longsword out, and just whack before it can chop,
Ooh.
before it can eat the green sarcophagus.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. What do you want me to roll?
It sounds to me like a strength test.
All strength.
Well, I guess this is kind of a complex maneuver here. So
Yeah.
maybe agility and then strength.
Okay, I'll do that. So I rolled a 19 for agility.
Ooh.
Hmm. Yeah, you can land exactly where you want, including
Awesome.
anywhere on this thing's body.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna try to snicker snack.
Okay.
17.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, Alfred out here
Uh,
doing work. Okay, I see.
Right?
Roll
I
some
don't think
damage for me.
Alfred has rolled below a 17.
I have.
Okay.
I just have plus.
Just not when it matters.
I have +3 to agility, so every time I roll below a 17, it's still like
Killing it.
that is a 4.
4. Okay. You sink Quaxcalibur into the side of this thing, and you're like tearing a hole down the side of it. You didn't quite get your full headshot. Yeah, that's fine. You didn't quite get your headshot, but you are opening us up the side of this thing. Do you want to do anything else right now? You can take another turn here.
I want to let Mallard go before I do, in
Okay.
case we can play off of each other.
Okay. Mallard.
I'm in the gold. I'm naked. I have my weapon, I assume.
Yes.
Which is not your cloaca.
Which is not my cloaca.
Can I ask a clarifying question here? Is Old Faithful your crossbow, or is it a knife that you like hold in reserve?
That is a very good question. Old Faithful is a knife I hold in reserve.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, your named armament filigreed from Clan
Yes,
Del Quack, amongst the
exactly.
many Clan Del Quack items. Is it corkscrew shaped? Oh man, really? Imagine a just someone who's like, this is my clan heirloom. It's a penis shaped knife.
Enjoy this. What looks kind of like a unicorn knife, like a horn.
Uh-huh.
A unicorn. It's special to me. Anyways, I'm naked. I'm running for the sarcophagus. I see that that Alfred has basically like fucking jabbed Quackscalibur into this thing. What is the creature doing due to that?
The creature rears in pain. It seems to have been distracted momentarily from the sarcophagus.
Okay. Can I do a Naruto run up the creature as if I'm like in Dragon Ball Z running across the dragon? And while I'm doing this, there are a few feathers that I have in my arm that I flick forward as I flick my arm, and all of a sudden, Old Faithful pops out, and I am holding the corkscrew-shaped dagger or knife in my hand, and I would like to take it and drag it across the back of the creature as I run forward and up it.
Let's call it an agility test.
Let's call it a 14.
Okay. You drag your knife along it. Give me a damage roll.
For the knife. Finally, that's a 4.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you are starting to drag long slices into this worm. You make it up to where one of its little vestigial wings is, and with a little slice, you cut one off. It barely seems to notice. If this thing was once some kind of dragon that hoarded gold, it has long since morphed into another creature. And you are near its mouth.
Yep.
And
Am I close? Am I close to Alfred?
Yeah, you and Alfred are probably you have probably met in the middle. One of you making a big incision down mouth to mid body, and you running up it towards the wing.
I want to
high five.
Suggest. Well, yeah, let's do this fucking high five thing and turn it into momentum, because I want to suggest that we stab like really right next to each other. You drag down the right side, I'll drag down the left side, and we scissor cut this thing's head off.
Okay.
That's what I suggest.
Yeah. So as you come up, I reach out, grab your hand. We use that to spin ourselves, and we start spinning around it while we're cutting back down.
Exactly.
Yes. Amazing.
Okay. I think that I need your choice of agility or strength tests from each
I
of
will
you.
happily make an agility test.
Okay.
I'll do a strength.
I will happily spend an omen.
That on my side, that is an 18 unfettered.
Okay.
I have a 6, so I'm going to spend an omen.
Oh, you know what? Interestingly, I wonder here. It says that you can neutralize a crit or fumble. I wonder if you're not meant to be able to re-roll it, if it's just like a 1 but not a fumble. We'll think about it for next time.
I like that.
Oh, for the omen. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, you re-rolled, and what did you get on your re-roll?
A 18.
Okay.
Double 18.
Give me damage rolls from each of you.
3.
6.
Ooh, look at you.
Okay. You are starting to shred this thing, and its skin, it has golden scales that even kind of camouflage it with this big nest of coins it has. And you're starting to fleck them from its body like you are filleting a fish or like a snake that's molting. It looks badly wounded here, and it's looking around for food to nourish itself. And it takes another look at the sarcophagus, and that's Squash. You can hear a knocking from within.
I go up and I knock back.
Hello?
Hello!
Let me out.
Who the hell are you?
I hear racket. It's the first time that I've heard racket in a long time.
That doesn't answer my fucking question.
Plott,
Who
my
are
name is
you?
Plott.
Plott? Who names their kid Plott? I go over and I like try to push this thing open.
At
Can
your
I,
touch,
Can I yell out at your turn? I just want to yell out plott-un-common is what I
Yeah.
want to yell out. That's it.
yeah, you hear it and plott-un-common. Yeah, you hear as you touch this, and effortlessly the front of the sarcophagus swings open, and a young, handsome, perfectly preserved duck from a bygone era is there, and he says, "My name is Plott. This the artifact it keeps you safe for all time. I have been waiting for so long to be set free. Tell me, is the world in a safe?" And then the maw of this great worm comes down on him and eats him
Amazing.
alive.
Plot. It
Plot
seems that your time is up and your story is done. And then I do I have my Zweihander?
Yeah, you've got your Zweihander is over there.
Okay, I want to go get that. I'm gonna go
Okay.
get that.
You run away from this over to the Zweihander.
And then I want to come and like try to like, well, they're busy, corkscrewing this worm's neck. I would like to chop at its cheeks.
Okay. Give me let's call it a strength test.
Okay, these are not good for me.
You slap them cheeks, Raven.
It is a 6.
You try to use your two-handed weapon on its supple butt. Unfortunately, you are a bit too gentle with this butt, and it doesn't seem to notice.
But does it jiggle? I need to know for science.
Gently, not as much, and it's not a satisfying jiggle.
It's a
That's unfortunate, but I am confused.
It's a desiccated butt.
Okay. The whole vault is starting to rumble here, and from above, you see that the Darkwings are beginning to descend against a light in the sky. You can see that they're starting to paratroop down towards you. It seems like they've cracked the defenses and have come to rally. But it is a long descent. It's the worm's turn. The worm is going to try to eat one of you whole. I will roll randomly. Alfred.
Yes.
Alfred, the worm casts you off of its body. Why don't you give me an agility test? We'll call this one difficult.
13.
Had it been a normal agility test, but you hit the gold and you roll up as best you can. But this thing is slinking around along the ground, and it scoops you up in its maw. But does not yet fully digest you.
Okay.
Inside of its maw is Plott here, and he's sinking down the gullet with you, and he's like, "Got you too, huh?"
Yep.
Now there's the plot
First
twist.
time.
First time.
And I'm
The
gonna-
plot twist. That's
I-
good.
I yell, steal his armor! You'll never die with plot armor!
Yeah.
Do I still have
he
my
says,
sword? Okay.
Yeah, I think you still have your sword. He says, yes, the sarcophagus is not just a tomb. It is armor. It will protect you for all time.
Ah. Plott's armor.
Mhm.
Very nice. And I'm going to try to stab my sword.
It is a
into-
most uncommon armor. That is why I'm called plott-un-common.
I'm going to try to stab my sword into the inside of it as it's trying
Okay.
to swallow me. So I'm like,
That might be a little easier than normal.
okay. That is a 13.
You start stabbing him from the inside.
Yep.
His scales aren't helping him here, so give me damage.
I'm gonna spend an open max damage.
Ooh, what's max damage?
6.
Okay.
Hey.
You hit some organ that you don't understand, and the creature writhes and twists.
Okay.
Your mortal mind cannot comprehend this organ.
You and many goopy intestines, shining with liquid gold, spill out all over the vault here at the bottom. And plot 2 climbs out behind you.
Okay.
This creature falls into the coins with a great rattling.
I found the plot.
It's a good thing. I'd hate if you missed it.
Glad
So
someone did.
so here you are in the bottom of the vault, and the dark wings are descending, and Plot says, "The dark wings, an ancient order, Scrooge's most loyal assassins. They've been under his family's pay for generations. We cannot survive this. Well, one of us can." And he's pointing at the sarcophagus.
Oh.
Mallard, go.
What?
Preserve the family dynasty.
Oh.
What, am I not good enough to preserve the family dynasty? Fuck you too, Alfred. How very fucking dare.
How very fucking dare.
I am the greatest mind in this family. Me. Get in the fucking coffin, Mallard. Bitch.
I don't feel good about it now. You've made me feel terrible about this whole situation. If I must, then I look at sorry, I look at Squash, and I say, Squash, take this, and I hand you my skeleton keys, and I hand you Old Faithful, and I say, this is but a trinket. Our name will live on. Go, fight until you cannot fight any longer.
Mallard, I can't fight to fucking begin with.
And then I push you down the gold coins so that you tumble down, and I run into the sarcophagus.
What a fuck!
I'm so sorry.
The sarcophagus seals. You do not know for how long you remain there. It is timeless, ageless. It could be an eternity. It could be mere moments. But when you are opened up on the other side, the world that you see is not the world you know. But we have other people to attend to right now. The dark wings descend upon you.
Well, fuck! What are we supposed to do? And so I'm assuming that, no, I'm not assuming. I have a button on my jacket. Where is it? Yes, it's right here. It's a little button, and I push it. And Cratey comes down with the shrink ray.
Mm-hmm.
And so I see the mirror. I'm going to take the mirror.
Okay.
And very quickly set it up. And then I want to point the shrink ray. I already know that I'm smart, so I can angle it so that it's going to reflect off and upwards towards the dark wings.
Okay.
And I want to use the shrink ray to shrink all of them.
Okay.
It's the last charge. But if I can, since we are in a place where there's a lot of metal-ish stuff, I'd like to try to amplify that battery a little bit.
Okay. I think that you're probably making a presence test To hit more than one, I'm going to say it's going to be really hard,
Okay.
which has a number attached to it.
It's 16. I gotta get better. 16 or better. Okay. So if I use my last omen, what can I do with that? Because it's close, but not close enough.
You can lower a difficulty test by 4.
Yeah, I'd like
So
to
if
do
you're
that.
within 4, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'd like to do that because then I would get 15. So I rolled a 13 plus 2.
Using Iowa's discarded mirror and a beam from your shrink ray, you widen and amplify the beam. All of these trained assassins, these Darkwings, shrink as they fall like little leaves upon you, and you smack them out of the air.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. Now I'm gonna go over to the sarcophagus if possible.
Mhm.
Just push it open.
Before you open it, I'm like,
Okay.
see, that's why I wanted you around.
The sarcophagus is sealed tight.
Oh, fuck. Plot! Tell
Hey.
me right now. How do I
Mhm.
open this fucking thing?
Yeah, it's a once in a millennia kind of deal. You gotta, there's a window.
Mallet. You thought you were going to be the savior of the family. It's me.
So how are you all going to get out of this money pit?
Well, there is like a grappling hook.
Yeah, oh yeah, I saw the
Situation.
grappling hook. Ooh. Actually, is there a door? Let's look around.
Hold on. Think back to the cartoon. Is there like a drain or a wall that you could break that just like
Unfortunately, the map was not one of the items Iowa threw away. So the map is gone.
Well, I'm gonna search for a door, and if we don't find one in a relatively reasonable manner, grappling hook my way back up.
Oh, are we bringing Mallard?
We can come back for him.
I'm not coming back here.
Why?
This-
We defeated the worm.
No. I wanted to make that worm my pet.
Squash. It's
Hi.
your tower now.
Oh, it's my tower now.
In the distance, the ocean is also laughing.
So, you claim this tower as your own, and you live out your last days after carefully, slowly descending out of this pit with your grappling hook. Squash, you can make it pretty easily. You just fly up on your Bunsen burner. But you have the entire Scrooge fortune to command, and your final days are full of decadence, better than your clan has ever known. But it is true, the tales of Daring do tell of the end of the world, and the world does end. Except for you, Mallard. Inside this sarcophagus, a stranger comes to you, and the stranger casts off his cloak and his hat and reveals underneath another cloak and hat. He is dressed all in white, and underneath the brim of his hat, you can see a long handlebarred mustache. And he says, "There are other worlds beyond this one. Follow me. We will strip away reality, and I will show you what can be across many realms. A realm of death where people do not wear beaks on their faces. And a realm far in the future where bodies are meaningless, parts are exchanged in and out. And a realm beyond that where we are all but pawns in a great game. Follow me and I will teach you the rites of the Holy Mountain."
You sound
And
like
that's where
the
we'll end.
Quackers.
Beneath the brim of the hat, Iowa Jackson peeks out.
Amazing.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
great.
I had a blast. Also, yes, I have a weird meta plot connecting these anthology sections.
Yeah,
It took me a while to noodle
go
on
with
it,
it.
and I was like, how can I make DUKK BORG canon with the rest of the campaign? I'll do it. We'll do it.
Perfect. Amazing.
Oh man. Okay. All right.
Well
I
then.
dig it. I dig it.
Woohoo.
It's a
Woohoo.
woohoo moment. How did we end up with only one person dying? How did that happen?
Well, the world ended. So
Yeah.
everyone but one person died.
Yeah.
Fair. Fair.
Because the world ending is an important mechanic in MORK BORG.
Yep.
And the world of DUKK BORG is no more. This world is gone. You are the last surviving vestige of it, thrown through the magic of the stranger into another world, where maybe we'll see you again.
Very.
That stranger.
Dun,
I
dun,
s- I saw that
dun.
stranger in the elevator.
Wait a minute.
didn't
Wait
I?
a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew I wasn't
I'm-
crazy.
I'm naked.
Yeah, you're naked. I like that right before you went in there, you made special note to be like, I'm throwing away Old Faithful and my skeleton keys. And I was like, that's a choice.
I'm just. I'm fucked.
You're gonna arrive in the future and be like, I need your clothes.
No, I will
Boots and your
100%. I will
motorcycle.
100% pull a plot as I exit the sarcophagus. Where am I? Welcome to the world of tomorrow, and then just get eaten.
Amazing.
So I think that you've earned getting better, a level up on your
Getting
MORK BORG
better.
characters when we
Oh.
start next session.
Yes.
Oh.
That'll help me
So-
not die immediately.
Yeah, that's kind of my
Fantastic.
thinking. So we can let's do that next time though.
Yeah.
I know we've been at it for a minute here. So let's wrap up the stream and then we can either do the leveling up between sessions or we can kick off next stream with it. We'll talk after the show.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Fantastic.
Yeah. Ian, do you wanna close us out here?
Absolutely. Thank you everyone for tuning in. This has been DUKK BORG, our April Fool's Day special premiere for MORK BORG Rites from the Holy Mountain, which is our MORK BORG anthology series, which Rob is going to be running. Myself, Raven, Selena, Dan are going to be regular cast members, as well as Vin, who couldn't join us for this session, but he was sad to miss it. And we're very much looking forward to coming back next week with, I believe, Rot Black Sludge.
Yes. We are playing same bat time, same bat channel, same duck time, same duck
Same
channel.
Dungeon, yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Next week is not DUKK BORG. Next week is MORK BORG. We are kicking off with the MORK BORG starting adventure right out of the book, Rot Black Sludge, on April 8th. Vin is wrapping up a Thirsty Sword Lesbians game, so Vin will not be with us. But we'll be here next week. I want to thank Gem Room Games for making DUKK BORG.
Seriously.
Gem Room Games
Yeah.
has been a hoot to talk to as we were getting ready to do this. So thank you for bringing us some joy on this April Fool's Day.
Should we do one last woo woo woo?
I think we need one last woo
All right. 3,
Okay,
2, 1.
DuckTales.
Woo.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.